Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. We've got a bit of a fire sale going on at the moment with Coca-Cola. I love it, so I'm buying. All right, so I'm down today, nearly $2 grand, 0.74. Why is that happening? Well, it's because I'm buying. I'm buying when others are selling and overbuying. Once again, the smart money. I've done this time and time again, and I'll keep doing the same strategy. When people get all in euphoria stage and just keep buying the S&P 500 just because they can, and they think they're smart when they're actually not, and then that happens. Everyone takes profit. So right now we've got a fire sale. Everybody is dumping Coca-Cola to buy the S&P until the S&P starts going down, and then they start buying back Coca-Cola. So I've been buying like crazy. I've turned the margin on and I'm getting very into Coca-Cola. Once again, just over 300 grand, taking this, a plan to take this to 500,000, 500,000, and even 1 million if we keep going like this, because we've got the earnings around the corner. And for those that followed Coca-Cola, we know what happens when we've got a low expectation on earnings, which we have. It beats and we do nicely. This is exactly what happens over and over and over again for the last, 20, 30 years. So we're ready for it. We're excited about it. Let me give you some news on it and let you know what's going on. So this broke yesterday. Coca-Cola axes Costa Coffee sale over lower bids. So let me tell you a bit about this story. This was what drove it up, because it was finally some clarity. Then everyone took profit. Now it goes down. Remember, it's a kind of silly game, really. When everybody sells, I buy. I do the opposite. That's the way I do it. That's the only way to win. You don't want to be buying when everyone's buying. You want to be selling when everyone's buying. Anyway, Coca-Cola has cancelled its plan to sell Costa Coffee after private equity bids fell short of expectations. In other words, people that were going to buy it didn't offer enough. Coca-Cola said, sod it, we'll keep it. It's not making us any money. In fact, it's a loss, but we'll keep hold of it for a while. So it fell short of expectations, according to the Financial Times. That cites people familiar with the matter. The soft drink maker ended negotiations in December. TDR Capital and Bain Capital's Special Situations Fund were among the bidders in the final round of negotiations. Coca-Cola saw around $2 billion, roughly half the $3.9 billion it paid to acquire Costa Coffee from Whitbread in 2018. This is great. This is what you want. Strong management. All right. They wanted to get rid of it, and they didn't get what they wanted, and rightly so. And they said, no, we're not. We're selling it at half price. We're not selling it any cheaper. The scrapping sale precedes a leadership shift. The COO Henrik Brown replacing James Quincy as CEO in March 2026. Quincy called Costa underperforming last year. The company may revisit the divestiture plan in the medium term, a source added, but not for now. Couldn't get the right deal, so they walked away from it. Very, very good indeed. I'm bloody glad about that. We don't just give it away. There's no point. All right, that's one story. I've got another one here as well. This is spooking the market out a little bit. So there's this one. Let me look into this. This says, Coca-Cola unveils leadership changes with new CEO coming on board soon. It's only a month or so away. And again, this always creates an opportunity to buy. So I'm buying. This is how the history of the company goes. The Coca-Cola company announced a series of sweeping leadership changes aimed at deepening consumer engagement and accelerating digital transformation. Notably, Henrik Brahm, currently Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, will succeed James Quincy as CEO on March 31st. The beverage giant is also creating a new Chief Digital Officer role to unify digital data and operational strategies. Sedef Salang Sahin, a president of Coca-Cola's Eurasia and Middle East operating unit, will assume this position, reporting to Brahm. Sahin, a long-time company executive with broad international and digital experience, will lead enterprise wide integration of digital initiatives. With the transition of digital strategy oversight from President and CFO John Murphy to her. Elsewhere in the C-suite, Murphy will continue as CFO, retaining responsibility for global strategy, corporate development and finance functions. Meanwhile, Manolo Arroyo will take on an expanded role as Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing and Customer Commercial Officer. Assuming customer and commercial leadership responsibilities previously held by Murphy, Coca-Cola highlighted that it is reorganizing its market leadership to strengthen its focus on key international regions. Sanket Ray, president of the India and Southwest Asia unit, will lead the newly defined emerging large markets, encompassing India, Southwest Asia, Greater China, Mongolia, Japan, and South Korea. Claudia Lorenzo, currently Chief of Staff to Quincy, will serve as President of the Eurasia and Middle East unit and lead emerging multi-markets covering Eurasia, the Middle East, the ASEAN and South Pacific region, and Africa. Shares of Coca-Cola trickled 0.2 lower in pre-market trading. The stock has racked up 1.9% gain for the early part of 2025. It was last year. But we've had a bit of a sale in the last couple of hours, which is why I jumped on in. There was nothing else I really wanted to show you other than these numbers here. Now, this is important to understand. So we've got the factor grade. This is how we value a business. Valuation is D minus, D minus, D minus. Hasn't changed. So the valuation hasn't changed now for the last 6 months. It's no more expensive or no less expensive. Okay? It's not. It's never going to be cheap. You can't buy Coca-Cola cheap. All right, it just doesn't exist. You have to give it time, but you can get these pops off and then these overreactions. That's why I like to buy. So D minus. It's not the worst. It's not D, E, F. It's D minus. So it's low, it's expensive, but it's not that bad. Growth, C, C, C. That hasn't changed over 6 months to now. Growth is the same, but we're coming into now the summer with the America Day, the American celebrations, and the World Cup. So that's all great with the Crocs deal, the Uber deal, lining up lovely for the summer. So I want to be in February. I want to be in for my dividends. I also want to be in for the summer, and that's not long away. So it gives us chance. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I want to be able to buy more by popping it off, taking profits, buying back lower, and I'll use margin. I've just started to use margin today. I've used $9,000 of margin. I'll take that up to $500,000, and that will bring me up to $1 million of Coca-Cola. Because as you use more, you get more by buying it down anyway. So I'll end up with $1 million of this if this carries on. This is good. All right. So anyway, profitability A. It's moved from B to A. Momentum B from B minus. That's moved up. And revisions B plus to A minus. So everything about the company is moving up. All you've got is uncertainty now. It's not uncertainty. It's just going through this transition of new leadership. That's all it really is. But the important point to remember is the people that we are putting in place have already been there. These aren't new people. These are people that we've already got anyway. So it's not a major deal, but of course it does spook people out and everybody freaks out. Anyway, let's look at some more detail here with the earnings. The cost of the business. If we go back down to here, you'll see Coca-Cola has been falling. I'm hardly down at all because I've been buying lots and I trim up the top and so on. I'm down 0.61. You may remember famously Warren Buffett was asked, what does it feel like to be down millions of dollars in a day? Well, it's because you own billions. So I can be down 10 grand in a day because I've got what I've got now. Same thing. It's the same thing. It doesn't change anything. All right. So what we've got right now is we're down 0.6. I just bought a few seconds ago. So I've got 239,000 here. Then I've got my Roth IRA, so I'm over 300 grand now. I am looking to, just under 300 grand, beg your pardon, about 290. So I'm about to use some more margin and start loading up but not just yet. When I use margin, it's when it really gets overbought, and I'm looking at the bottom of it again. But we're not there yet. As I said this morning in my limit orders that I put out for the Lucasades on the Electrum and the Discord service, that this could go lower. I'm just now buying. You can go back and check. I don't delete anything, edit anything. If you want to go, well, did he say that? Yes, I did say that. Go back and listen. I said it can go lower, and it can. Just to give you a word of a thought, it could go down to 64. That could happen. And of course, if it went to 64, I'd be in with $1 million at that point. But you've always got to have ammunition to buy lower on the way down, but to always making profit. Okay. Anyway, so let's have a look at the true cost of it. How expensive is it? Well, this is what you want to look for. The PE ratio is 23.59. That is the lagging indicator. Right? So the lagging indicator with what we've got now is 23.59. Now remember, Coca-Cola is part of the S&P. The S&P is currently 30 times earnings. So it's much better, and it provides a dividend, than most of the stocks in the S&P. The actual Mag 7 is 40 times earnings. So it's not cheap, but it's much better value than virtually everything else, especially with the potential this year of it going to $80. So it's a no-brainer. So what is the forward PE? Is the forward PE any better? No, it isn't actually. It's very slightly worse. The forward PE is currently measuring at 23.9. Very slightly. I mean, that's hardly anything, to be honest. 23.9 to 23.59. It's hardly anything. But nevertheless, the forward PE is around about the same. Not much. However, this was done before we dropped today. Now, what we dropped today won't change that much. We only came down like 1%. But nevertheless, this is a good buying opportunity for me. Let me go into the into more detail with the factor grades that I just showed you. All right, so let me break it down. Okay, so this all makes sense. So valuation, Coca-Cola's valuation is challenging. The price to sales is 6.37 compared to the sector medium of 1.03, reflecting a very expensive stock. Yes, it is. That's why I trim and use lots. It's not cheap. I'm not telling everyone that this is a free stock and it's cheap. Like people will say, oh, Binky Bonk coin is cheap today and all this kind of nonsense. This is not what we're saying. And let me just silence my phone. For some reason, I didn't silence my phone. That's better. So there you go. It's not cheap, but I'm not buying a cheap stock. I'm not buying rubbish. We're buying quality. It's expensive. It's always going to be expensive. All right. This implies that Coca-Cola might be overpriced compared to its peers. Compared to its peers, it should be overpriced. It's more expensive than its peers because it's better, right? I wouldn't be buying it if it wasn't. Anyway, at the end of the day, that's why I use lots. I don't just buy and hold. People say, oh, just buy and hold. I've had people in the chat saying, why don't you just buy and hold? Well, because of this happens. If I hadn't sold and taken profit, I couldn't buy back as much. So I'm going to always acquire more and more. Now, if I'd stayed in a few days ago, some of you criticized for me selling. Well, now you know why I sold, right? I sold because it was going down. And it went down and I bought some more. Then I trimmed it again and now it's going down again. So ultimately, I'm building a bigger and bigger position. That's the point of all this, acquiring more. And when it goes down and you're in again, doesn't matter. I made what, 3 grand yesterday, 14 grand a couple of weeks ago, 24,000 before that. If you keep making money, you don't mind then buying it at a higher price and it goes down because you just go, okay, I don't care. It doesn't matter. At least I bought it less than where I last sold it. So now I can get more and acquire more and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, growth. Coca-Cola shows solid growth. Now that's important in a stock that technically doesn't grow that much because people go, you know, it's maxed out now. Everybody's drinking Coca-Cola. It's in all countries of the world. So is it always going to keep growing? The fact we've got some growth is good. Remember, this is not about it's not an AI stock, keep conquering the world and growing 50, 100, 1,000% a year like Binky Bonk coin. It's not about that. It's consistent profits, consistent cash flow. That's what you own. You own a business. You don't own a momentum stock. You own a business that consistently pays out a dividend and a profit. That's the point. So Coca-Cola shows solid growth metrics with year-over-year EBITDA growth of 11%, significantly above the sector median of 2%. So when we spoke a moment ago about Coca-Cola being expensive compared to its peers, well, there's the reason why. It grows into its price. This is why you can buy it here, and if for some reason it goes down and you've run out of money and you go, oh dear, what do I do? Don't worry, you own a great business, and every quarter it will pay you a profit and you'll be happy with it, and eventually you'll be up again if you reapply those dividends. Even if you didn't add any more money, you would eventually improve your performance from that alone. So yes, it's expensive, but it deserves to, and the growth kind of explains that. Profitability. Coca-Cola boasts exceptional profitability with a net income margin of 27%, significantly higher than the sector median of 4%. It's not even close. And that is a very, very important metric because that's margin. That means the wolf keep the wolf from the door. That means the moat around the business. Because it's got those margins, it can afford, and it doesn't need to, it's got pricing power, it can afford to reduce prices. All the competition would have to reduce their prices and then go bust because they couldn't go much lower because they're only making 4%. That's the power of the margin. That's what keeps Coca-Cola number one in the world as a bottling business, not as a Coca-Cola business, right? So the margin of 27% is way better than the sector median of 4%. This highlights Coca-Cola efficiency in converting sales into profits because it's a licensing business. It's more like McDonald's. People say it's a burger business. It's not. It's a land business. This is the same. This is the same. This is why it's so effective, why I buy it on a downturn or when everyone's buying the S&P. Now we're seeing Coca-Cola dip again. I want to buy it again. These are quite big drops, really. So I last bought it. Now we're using margin now, and we're loving it. So we last bought this at 70.57. So we're buying it lower and lower, 70.75, 70.57. You can see these buy orders are getting bigger. They're getting bigger and bigger, they're having more effect. So 70.57, and now we are looking at a price of 70.50. So it's falling. This is nice. We could get a bounce after hours tonight. So 70.49. This is quite a bit. This is quite significant. I'm happy with this. So I do what I say, and I say what I do. You can guess what's gonna happen now. We're gonna go over to Coca-Cola, and I'm gonna buy some more. Right. So we're gonna go here. Put on the screen. Well, I'll do it here as well. So trade buy. Now, obviously, I can't put this out to my exclusive members because I'm actually doing it live now. So we're going to buy, we're going to do a limit order, and we're going to do 70.51, just because that's where it went to. This is not using charts. This is not interested in anything like that. I couldn't give a damn about what the chart says. I know what the business is worth. I'm buying it on the way down using margin. It's a no-brainer for me. Right, so 70.51, it touched there a moment ago. If it does, it does. It doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. No emotion attached to this. So what should we buy? 1,000 shares? Is that too much, do you think? What do you reckon? Is that too much? Am I getting a bit carried away? Should I do 500? All right. Okay. Let's do 500. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do 500, because that'll put me in a bit of margin. But as soon as we pop, and we will, I can clear that. So I want to use margin because I've only got a month to lock in the dividend, and that's when it will pop leading up to the earnings. Remember, we got the earnings in 2 weeks' time. I'm inclined to actually do. I'm actually inclined to do 1,000 shares, $70,000. I'm actually inclined to do that because you got 51 cents in dividends. And even though dividends isn't free money, of course, it just comes out of the profit. It will run up to it and then back down. So we've got the earnings, we've got the dividends, we've got stuff to run up. So things are looking better now in Iran. As terrible as it is, it looks a bit better. I'm feeling very confident in it. I don't see any issue here. Do you know what? I'll do it. Do what I say what I do. There's 1,000. There's 1,000 shares there. At 70.51, we've just popped up 70.58. We've got about 20 minutes before the market closes. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not bothered. 1,000 shares, 70.51, 70,000. There we go. Should we do that? Should we do that? 24-hour market. There we go. If it doesn't happen before the close, it'll happen about 2 o'clock in the morning. So there we go. Let's do that. Let's do that. So there you go. There's conviction for you. All of my investors, my Lucas's that are buying Coca-Cola, you'll appreciate that. 1,000 shares of Coca-Cola. It's not bad, is it? At 70.51. So 70.57. Let's see if it trends down to there. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's neither here or there. And then if we get that, and then we start dropping below 69 something. Oh, that's when I really get going. That's when we start doing $100,000 trades like for breakfast. That's when it gets really interesting. But for now, that'll do. 70.56, 70.55. Go on, give me 51. Give me 51. It's not a chart. It's not a magical number. There's no support. There's no magical reason. I just want to pick it up because I've already made the profit higher, so I'm buying it back less than I bought it, so it's all free money anyway. I don't need to wait for some magical, mystical chart in the air to go, this is a good level. It doesn't, really, I don't really care about that. 70.54, 3 cents to go, and we'll get another $70,000 worth. 2 cents to go. So you're going to go in, 1 cent to go. Here we go. You have to go 1 more cent below, of course, to get it. Am I going to get it? Am I going to get it? Let's have a look. 70.51. And that'll take me up. I'll be in margin again then. Leah can start having nightmares again. But here we go. 70.52. 2 more cents. It has to go 1 cent below, of course, during the main hours because of the market maker. He goes, well, I want my 1 cent. 70.51. Well, we were half a cent away then. Half a cent away. Is he going to go? Quick, Martyn, you got a chance to cancel it. You got a chance to get out. $70,000. What are you doing? Are you mental? Probably. It's not about emotion, this, folks. 70.51. See it go to 7.50 and it will do it. And we've done it. There we go. Right on the button. So you can see it. I just bought for 70.51, even though it didn't go to 7.50. It did. You just didn't see it because it's moving quickly. There you go. There it is. Right. So now what we got? Now we can go back and we can show you. So the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA, as you can see, I'm all in. I've got no cash. I've used it all because you earn no interest, uninvested cash in your Roth IRA. No point just having money sitting there doing nothing. You're earning zero. So you're losing money with inflation. SGov hasn't dropped off yet. It's taken a couple of days too long. I want it to reset itself. It's imminent, but it just hasn't dropped off yet. So I'm not putting my money there, and I earn no interest on uninvested cash anyway. So I'm 100%, as you can see, in Coca-Cola on the Roth IRA. 100%. I'm down 0.77, but I haven't got any more money on the Roth IRA. Can't add any more money. Doesn't matter. And remember, there's no lots, so I can't pick the lots. So basically, when it goes up and gets a profit, I can sell some, but it doesn't really matter so much on the Roth IRA. All right, so there we go. That's the Roth IRA. Let's go back over to the main account. Now, the main account, we've started using margin. You can see, look, all my cash is gone. I'm using it, and there's some margin there. It's a very small amount. I've got $250,000 available to me still, so it's of no risk, no danger. There's no margin call. And if you look here, I've got a 66% buffer. In other words, I've got to go down 66% to get margin call. I think we all agree it's probably unlikely that that's going to happen. In fact, it's would never happen. It's never happened in history that we would drop that much. Even with the worst crash ever on Coca-Cola, we're not going down 66% from here. That's absolutely bonkers. And if we did, there'd be much bigger things to worry about than my portfolio. So anyway, there you go. So now I'm buying. So how much Coca-Cola have I got now? If we go into here, we've just reduced the average. We're under 71 again. That's nice. We were 71 and what, 3, and now we're under 71 again. So that cost basis is coming down. Down 0.64 a few moments ago. I was down, what, 0.66 or something like that. So now we're down a bit better, little bit better. 70.91 is under the $71 again. So we're starting to build up some lots. Now I want to build up all these lots, and the purpose of building up all these lots is on the way up, I can start trimming some of these positions and bringing it into balance and doing this all over again. It's called rinse and repeat. All right, so let's go back over to our factor grades. We did profitability last. What are we looking at now? So next thing, momentum. Coca-Cola's stock momentum is strong, with a 1-year price performance of 15%, substantially outperforming the sector's -3%. This indicates bullish sentiment and strong investor confidence. There we go. And we're getting strong buys from analysts. Okay, good. Revisions. Recent trends in earnings estimates show a mixed picture, with 17 upward EPS revisions and 2 downward. But revenue estimates have seen more downward revisions, 14 than upward 4, suggesting cautious optimism about future earnings. And this is good. I'll show you why in a minute. In summary, the Coca-Cola displays strong profitability and momentum, but faces valuation challenges and mixed revisions, leading to a hold rating on Seeking Alpha. Okay, so back to here once again. I was talking about the EPS, the earnings. Earnings per share, if we look down here at the expectations is down. That's what we want. We want expectations to be down. So when we beat, which this always beats expectations, it goes up. This is what it does going into earnings. So as you can see, the expectations is down. Great. Marvelous. Take it down. Tell everybody it's rubbish. This is what we want. Expectations. This is what we're looking for. An oversold stock, even though it be expensive. So we like that. What we also like is retail investors who don't know what they're doing, selling it and taking profit too early. That's okay. I'm a retail investor. I sold it. I took profit. I didn't take it too early though. I took it at the right time, but now I'm buying back. Retail is sold. See, retail is selling, but we can see retail is selling a little bit less. So selling pressure is dying away. It's trending. As you can see, January the 8th, January the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they started to sell. They sold too early. As you know, I sold later than that. They sold too early and they're selling less and less and less. Buying pressure will be gone and then they'll start buying back. What about hedge funds? What are they doing? Well, they've been doing a bit of buying, a bit in selling, but the amount they're doing is nothing. That is unauthorized selling. That's for tax positions. Just in and out, no big deal, nothing to see here. What about insiders? Well, insiders were selling, and there's been some unreported. It will be reported soon, but I can tell you that the insider selling has been going down. We've had some over the last 24 hours because of the Costa deal, but it's going down. There's been nothing reported yet in December and January. So what does that say? Insiders kind of not doing that much. Retail hasn't got a clue, has been selling too early, but they are running out of steam. So what's that mean for me? That means to me, buy some more. And guess what? I might buy some more again. I'll just keep doing this until there's no buying pressure left. So we're down 0.62. So 70.91. We're at 70.47. That's a good little discount there because that's the price of the dividend. So what did I just buy a few seconds ago? I just bought at 70.51. 1,000 shares at 70.51. 70.47. Another 4 cents, another 1,000 shares. What do you think? Anybody? Let me know in the chat. Should I buy another 1,000 shares? What do you think? 751 down to 70.47. I'd like to buy it now, 69 something, if I'm honest, because my average is 70.91. And I've already got $250,000 now with my Roth IRA. So at the end of the day, I've got a bloody good position. I've got more now because of the profits I've recently taken. But at the end of the day, my average is 70.91. It's 70.47. It's the price of the dividend or thereabouts. I can get that. But if I buy 1,000 shares, it's only a quarter of what I've got. It won't move me very much. It will move me from 70.91 to about 70.81. Whereas if I wait a bit longer and I get it under 70, which could happen, it could be 69 again. That could easily happen. And then I buy 2,000 shares, which I can do very easily, that will bring me very close to the $70, and then I'm in a very strong position. So I'm going to wait now before I buy any more. All right, so there's my Coca-Cola update today. Has anybody got any thoughts on that? Maybe you got some comments and questions. I know everyone's is in with me at the moment on Coca-Cola, so I want to go over comments and questions now. So if it keeps falling, I will keep buying. So let me go up to the comments and questions. JJ8Ball, hello, how you doing? Hi. Oh, Mike's here. Lovely to see Mike. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, Martin in chat. Matthew, good evening to you. Hello, Orme here. You feel any better, JJ? The flu and all and that stuff. Blood on the streets, everything is tanking. Blood on the streets, everything is tanking. Well, not everything is tanking, but there is plenty of downtrend today. But this is what you want, right? Thank you, David, for all the links. It's a sale. It is a sale. Hi, David. Bloody hell, what a week it has been. Mike, how are you, buddy? I'm down well. It's nothing really, folks. It isn't anything yet. This is great. This is what you want, right? This is the days you make your money. Mike, what's up, man? Hey, Mike. Hey, yeah, viral. All tests came back good. Good, JJ8Ball. Good to hear it. David's JJ8Ball is feeling good. How about XRP? All right, what about XRP? Let's have a quick look. I've got buy orders set for XRP, but to be honest with you, we're stuck in a channel. We're stuck in a channel. We're not breaking out. We're not going down. And I don't think we're going to break out at any point soon. So I've got a buy order there, but I don't think it's going to execute at all. But there you go. XRP is not doing anything. It's in between the sort of the $2 and the 12 and the 2 and the 12, and it's just bouncing around doing pretty nothing. I'm not buying any more there at the moment. That just seems dead money at the moment. Patience is key. Agree, JJ8Ball. I'm 9.6% up today on Skill Soft stocks. Congratulations to you. Suking the market. Suking the market? What's that about? Yolanda, hope all is well. Spocking the market? We've gone from suking to spocking. Do you mean spooking the market? Who's spooking it? Hello, David. Hi, Casey's here. Casey's here from a previous show. Oh, now we're selling. Oh, now we're selling. Lovely jubbly. We're down 1.48. We're loving this. We're loving this. Let's line it up. Let's line it up. Hello, Casey. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hey, hey, hey. Hello, Casey. Missed your show this morning. Had an appointment. Watched this afternoon. Thank you for the insight. There you go. Margin is not good, said Mike. Margin's made me more money than anything else, Mike, as you know. So margin is good. I like margin. Thank you so much. Your support is so appreciated. Not the best presentation, but I'll get there. Figured it out the tech, so should be all set now. Yeah, me and Casey had a right set to. I told her, this ain't good enough. This ain't good enough. Despite my doubts, I bought 60k on Coca-Cola. The day you made the killer trade, I did not and paid off all margin. My average is now 67.02. I admit it, Martin. I admit it. Martin was right. You got this. That's great. I've learned that Martin usually is right. Hello, Liz. Hello, Liz. Hello. Everybody's saying hello. We like all the hellos. Sam, good afternoon to you. How comes you don't tell about XRP anymore? No, I never talk about XRP, do I, folks? What are you on about? What are you on about, Sam? You're not a member. You obviously don't watch the show. I talk about XRP a million hours a week. So, yeah, we're just talking about Coca-Cola right now. There are other things in the world, you know. Why do you buy XRP? Why? Well, I could be here for an hour if you want me to explain it, but I ain't got time. KC Crypto, normally never do this. It was just to see if it would work out. It was either $5,000 loss or a win, and it was a win. Well, that's good to hear. Vocal, that's awesome. Win always feels good. I actually like going down. I like to buy because buying is exciting. That's when I can do stuff. XRP to $5. Yeah, not today, it ain't. I bought XRP to become retired and rich. Oh, we got a few, I don't know, people in the show talking a bit rubbish, to be honest. XRP lucky to get to $3. Bro, seriously, it's not volatile. All these things going on in the clarity. Yeah. I definitely, the hard part, impatience has been the reason for many. Yes, absolutely. XRP ready to buy more. KC Crypto ditto. We've got the Nutella. Hello, hello, hello. Gaming, how are you? More, yes, 750. 850, 750. You're all going mad. You're telling me how much to buy? 500, now 500 more. It goes lower. 750, 589. At least 589. I don't know why people are obsessed about this number. I've got friends at Ripple, and they don't even. It just means nothing to anybody. It means nothing to anybody. 1,000 sounds great. Yeah, it just sounds better, doesn't it? But they just buy shares in thousands. What the hell? Effie is okay. Hello there. I'm going hard too. Yes. When is ex-dividend date for Coca-Cola? We got a month yet. You got plenty of time. You got a month yet. Thank you, Vocal Vossa. Big drop. It's not really, but it is good for this stock. Easy saying he got $250,000. Easy saying he got remember, I started with $5,000. I worked for 2 years, nobody watching, just me and Mike and Bill. Remember that, you know, I've worked hard and I keep working hard and I work harder and I do more and more all the time. All right. Didn't start with $1 million, did I? Let's pay attention. Martyn's Coca-Cola has just showed what it looks like to buy with conviction instead of waiting to catch a falling knife. Absolutely. Buy with conviction. Very, very true. 500, LOL. Mike, yeah, why not do it? Had to wait to buy back 1 hour ago, not using margin. I don't agree, KC. Yeah, Mike doesn't like it. He doesn't agree with margin, do you, Mike? Even though I've shown on the show for 4 years, margin's made me more money than anything else, okay? It's like having a gun, isn't it, and saying guns are dangerous. Well, they are if you aim the gun at yourself, all right? Johnson & Johnson, yes, 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 yes. What about it? What about it? What about it? Yeah, that's doing very well today. Very well indeed. J&J looking juicy. Very nice indeed, yeah. Buy all the Coca-Cola. I want to see a Coca-Cola whale. Well, what makes a Coca-Cola whale is, in the retail space, anything over 100,000, which I'm way over that. And currently, in the list of institutions, with Warren Buffett being number one, you see that? That wasn't real. That wasn't real. That wasn't real. Anyway, that was quite fun, wasn't it? Said it would bounce on the after hours. That wasn't it though, folks. What was I going to say? Yeah, on the list of institutions in allocation size, I am 15th on the list. So I am a whale in Coca-Cola, even right now. Yes, even like the CEO of Coca-Cola, they own less than 0.01% of the company. Don't think that the CEO of Coca-Cola owns 30%. It doesn't exist. So everybody owns a very small piece of it. But in any measure, I'm a whale in Coca-Cola, yeah. XRP is breaking 2.06. Let's have a quick look. XRP, it's not really doing anything, to be honest with you. Crypto down 1.82 is nothing at all. 10% is a pump or a crash of some description. Down 1.82 on crypto is no shakes at all. Hi Cedar, says Mike. Good evening, Henrik. How are you? I don't pay for premium, but I've learned from you over this year. Seems you are buying at the same time. Seems that we are buying at the same time. And there you go. There you go. Maybe we are. You're going to dollar cost average on Coca-Cola to lower your average. I'm not dollar cost averaging at all. I hate that phrase. It's completely irrelevant and silly. It's not what I do at all. And I've explained it a million times. Mike, we can still be friends. I definitely don't have all the answers. This is true. Mike, good afternoon. Hey, old Cedar. Hey, hi, Martyn. I live in the UK and I have Coca-Cola, but every time I buy and sell, I am paying a high FX fee. Yes. Yes. There's ways around that, though. There's ways around that. I can tell you exactly how to get around that. As I live in the UK, so do I. I have a home in the UK and the US, so I can help you out here. Is this a good move or not, would you say, investing in US stocks when living in the UK? This is the perfect question. I can give you the best answer. I can tell you from experience, and I can even give you some free shares. But you know what? I'm going to see if you want to become a member first, because it will take me about 15 minutes to explain it all to you. Is it worth $2 to you? There you go. Let's see if this information is worth $2 to you. All right. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he becomes a member. All right. I'll tell him anyway. I'm only messing around. I'll come back to him. I just want to see if he wants to become a member. Hi, Mike. Mike, I'm curious about your thoughts. How much do you consider a high FX fee? I pay $0, by the way, and I'll tell you how to do it in a minute. It's got to be worth $2, isn't it? I'm going to tell you how you can send money around the world for free, pay no FX fees if you want to exchange fees, and I can show you exactly. I do it all the time, and I can give you some free shares. How about it? All right, how about it? Margin butters the toast. Margin butters the toast. Says Mike, my portfolio is doing so good since I've been a member. Thank you so much. Wilfred, I'm loving it and very happy to hear it. Margin is bad for the heart. You're doing great time and time again, says Joyce. Thank you. Casey Crypto, you did good today. Please do another Jim Cramer Ewok impersonation. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. Bloody, yeah. Unbelievable it is. No, it's not, Mike. It's not. I'm loving it. I buy XRP every single day. Well, regardless of value or price. Okay. Human, always good to see you in the chat. Yes, Human Liz. Casey, you're not getting fired. You're doing great on the show. You don't know she's not getting fired, Revved Up Biker. You don't know that. David, it's for the ones with the money. No, it's not. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Whether you have $1 or $1 million, the principle of margin is the same. Anyway, all fine with Coca-Cola. Hello, Revved Up Biker. Thank you. You rock. Margin is not good. Ding, 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 ding. We did the belt. We did it. But you got margin called once, Martyn, at the very beginning when I didn't know what I was doing. But remember, I didn't really get margin called, did I? Do you remember? Margin called is when you're not awake, they come in and they liquidate your portfolio and take your money away. Do you remember? When I got margin called live on the show, nothing happened. I just added some money and sold and got back out again. It was fine. It was horrible and I cried. I remember I literally had tears in my eyes. It was bloody horrible. But it was right back at the beginning. And I was doing it on Virgin Galactic. I lost $40,000. Everybody knows it was terrible. But since then I've learned and now I'm confident and I'm happy with what I'm doing now. Then I was guessing, I was gambling. Anyway, ding, 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 Revved Up Biker. Yes. Chart is insane. Okay, charts are insane. LOL, yes, it is. Margin isn't bad at all when you know how to use it, people. That's right. Okay, we've got through all the comments and questions. How about it? So let's, I like that trophy you got, Mike. Mike's got the 4-year trophy. I'm loving it. Okay, so we're not buying yet. It's going back up a little bit. It's gone up 0.02 after hours. Tomorrow we can use some lots and trim off and pay the margin. Nice and easy. And we've got a much lower level. That's what we'll do. That's what the power of lots is. Remember, lots wasn't even available when we started over a year ago, 4 years ago. We didn't have any of that information to hand. Anyway, what was I going to do? There was something I was going to say. I can't for the life of me remember. What was it? Oh, yes. You know, earlier you asked me, would I do a t-shirt? Do you remember? I said, and you said, would you do a t-shirt for everybody and a mug? Do you want to see the design? What I come up with? You ready? Do you want to see it? Because everybody said they would buy one. So I'm a Lucozade on the back and on the front. There's going to be a limited supply, 1-day sale. It'll be coming out later, but this is the logo. Tell me what you think of this on a black t-shirt. Are you ready? It'll be first come, first served. There'll be a handful of these and they'll be gone. You all said you wanted this. Here it comes. In 3, 2, 1. It's got my logo on it as well. My logo's at the top and I've signed it as well. This is just the image. 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. What do you think of that? That's what you said you wanted. So what you'll have at the top, over here, at the top here, there'll be my logo up there and a little white signature. So it'll be a white pen signature and the logo just there. What do you make about that? Do you like it? Is it rubbish? Should I do it again? Do you want it in black and white? Do you like it like that? Is it good? If it is, that's what you can have. All right, it's all done. It's ready to go. I'm just waiting for the moment. There'll be just a handful of these and then we'll sell it and it'll just be gone. So what's everyone reckon? You like it? So for what price is it? Hang on, let me read the comments. Yes. Lost tuition. Hang on. Martyn makes his moves public so he can learn from his wins and losses. That's true. They are all, it's all live. I'll be happy to become a member. I trade on Trading 212, though this is still okay regarding FX fee. Though, is this still okay? Well, let me discuss it with you in a minute. Consider the lost tuition, Martyn. Absolutely. We always have to, yes, you learn from the losses. Anyway, I buy with a little every day. I don't believe in doing that. I think it's a terrible strategy. If you just buy every day, $10, that's dollar cost averaging without any regard for value, without any regard for macro conditions, markets, inflation. People that just go, I buy every day for $10 or $500 or whatever it is, I think it's the worst strategy. Honestly, I know you're saying you're happy and you're proud of it, but I don't think it's the best way. And mathematically, we've proved it's not the best way. Sensei did a whole mathematical formula to work out the difference between buying every day, every week, every month, regardless of what goes on, and then buying with conviction. Buying with conviction wins hands down, 1,000 times, much better. Okay, it requires patience and discipline. There's nothing clever about saying I buy every day. I mean, if you do that for 20 years, of course you're going to be up because money's been devalued. So price will always go up because money's been devalued, inflation. So in 20 years, you'll go, how smart am I? I've got friends who say they use acorns. Acorns is a terrible idea. Too much money goes to acorn. Just do it yourself. But don't just people say to me, acorns is great because if I spend $5 at Starbucks, right? If I buy a cup of coffee for $4.80, it gives me 20 cents and it puts 20 cents into the stock market, right? Well, why don't you just spend $4.80, keep the 20 cents earning 4% in your uninvested cash and buy when the market's down? What's smart about doing that? Yeah, but acorns is great. Every time I buy a cup of coffee, 20 cents goes into my account. But it was already in your account, wasn't it? It was already your money. Well, no, because if I buy a cup of coffee for $4.80, Acorns automatically put 20 cents in the pot. Yeah, but there's fees for doing all this. And even if there wasn't fees for doing it, you've just bought at the worst time possible. What if the market was up? What's the point? Why don't you just spend $4.80, get 3% cash back, get the cash back and the change that you didn't give to somebody, put in uninvested cash, earn 4% or earn treasury bills, something like that. And then when the market goes down, like today, Coca-Cola goes down, use that money to get a lot more with your money. You take control of it. People try to sell you these things because it's just a way to get you to do stuff. And getting you to do stuff makes them money. That's their business. I mean, Acorns is rubbish. It's good for Acorns. Wish I'd invented it, but it's for people that don't want to look at what they're doing and have somebody else do it for them. It's like washing your car. Wash your car yourself is much better. You get exercise and you wash your car for free. Or you can pay someone $50 to wash it. They won't do it as good and it'll cost you $50. Now that's $50 you could have turned into 1,000 if you put it on the S&P and left it for 10 years. So actually it cost you $1,000 to wash your car. Not good. I don't do that sort of stuff. Anyway, yes, make a chart. Charts are rubbish. No way. No way. Damn it. For what price is it going into on the store? About $22? If I sell it for $22, I make about $4 profit. I can't do it. I can't do it less than that. I can't go, it's $10. So like $22, $23, I make about $4. It's not worth me designing it if I can't make $4. Is it? Is that fair? I think it's fair, isn't it? I mean, if you went to a concert, a venue, and you bought a souvenir, t-shirts would be $30, $40, wouldn't they? They wouldn't be $22, $23. They wouldn't. It'd be more. So I can't do it for less. I'd love to sell you t-shirts for $10. I'd love to if I could still make $4, but I can't. Anyway, we don't gamble. No. Charts are where it's at. Right, Cedar. They help a lot. I don't agree. Hey, Mike, you keep saying that, but you keep saying you keep losing. You keep saying that margin's rubbish and you keep losing money, and yet you say charts are great, charts are where it's at. You use charts then, right? And you keep telling me you keep losing money. You've told me loads of times. Hey, didn't you? You said that over and over again with Tilray. You've said it. So I think charts are a good business for people to, but I don't use them and I'm not going to use them. Well, of course it has a missing character. Of course it has I can't write the word shit on a t-shirt, can I, David? Oh, nice. In fact, hoodie. Yeah, there's a hoodie too. We don't want to confuse shit with sit. Put XRP on the shirt. We've got an XRP t-shirt. Nobody bought one. Mike, nope. Charts are rubbish. I just wake up and buy whatever someone else tells me to do. It's the best strategy. That's great. Cedar trees. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Mike, charts are rubbish. I just wake up and buy wherever someone else tells me to. That's the best strategy. Do you know what? It's not actually that funny. It's not actually not that accurate. There actually was a scientific experiment done in a bull market like we've had for the last 3 years. And a monkey picked random stocks off a chart, just off a wall. Just threw stuff at a wall, random stuff. And the monkey outperformed most people that read charts. It's a scientific experiment. In a bull market, everything goes up pretty much. And this monkey, I think he outperformed the hedge funds, everybody. Remember, the monkey can just do what he wants. He can buy any stupid stock. It doesn't matter. Some will be rubbish, some will be great. A hedge fund manager can't do that. I don't know why anyone uses a financial advisor. They're paying you a fee to basically tell you to buy the S&P 500. Okay, they can't get certain information; they're not allowed to. I've got a friend of mine. This is how useless financial advisors are, right? I've got a friend of mine who is a financial advisor, and I've also got friends who are proper millionaires and billionaires, right? And they've got loads of money. They'll tell you anything. The financial advisor won't tell me anything because he might get sued. I kid you not. I ring this guy up sometimes. I don't do it anymore because it was pointless. Financial advisors are pointless. I don't know why they exist. It's a bit rude, isn't it? But it's true. I rang him up and I said to him, I asked him this and I asked him that. I said, when I look at a 4K filing, right? When I look at a balance sheet, what does this mean? What does that mean? Well, I can't tell you. What do you mean? You're just my mate. I'm just talking to you on the phone. He says, I can't tell it. I'm a licensed financial advisor. If I tell you, I can be sued. Mate, I'm on the phone, private. You're at home having a cup of tea. Just tell me how to read the balance sheet. I can't. The only way I can do it is if you come in and have an appointment. And I said, so you want to charge me to tell me how to read a balance sheet? This was like 2 years ago, so I don't bother anymore. Now I just talk to people that are actually doing it, not financial advisors. Waste of time. So he said, well, yeah, because I can't tell you these things because I can get sued. And he can't buy this and he can't buy that because the company doesn't allow it. Can't buy crypto at the moment because the company doesn't allow it. Well, what if it's a good time to buy it? Well, we can't. So what do you tell your clients then? Well, like what I was saying today about dumb money. Dumb money is the smart money in a disguise, right? Well, we suggest people buy Amazon and Apple and da-da-da. So basically you sell them the Mag 7. Yeah. But we do it with our own allocation and we put a fee on it. We call ourselves financial advisors, right? We charge you 10% or whatever it is. So you're basically telling me to buy the S&P. I can tell my audience that for free. It doesn't cost anything. He says, yeah, but we can't do that, can we? Because we've got insurance and we've got regulation. I said, yeah, but then you can't do what you need to do then to help the client, can you? So your purpose of existing to help the client is actually to help you. You're a business and you're designing yourself to protect yourself from the customer, not for the customer, from the customer. And essentially, when you've got all these competing financial advisors, they can't lose. Because if they lose, their clients will leave and go somewhere else. So what they actually do, they're the opposite of Michael Burry, who actually read the numbers and want to help people make good investments. What they actually do is they all agree with each other and they all go, well, I'd buy the Mag 7 and I'd buy Amazon and I'd buy this. Yeah, but it's 40 times earnings. That doesn't matter because when it crashes, they can blame the president. They can blame the government. They can blame Greenland. I don't know, a global downturn. And they won't be wrong either. That's the point, because everybody will be wrong and everybody will be down. Nobody will lose any clients. No one's prepared to say, this is what's happening, because they might get sued. Oh, they might get told off. It's ridiculous. Financial advisors are absolutely rubbish. He won't tell me anything. Oh, how do I read a fork? Just tell me, what does this mean? I can't tell you. But what is it? I get sued. Oh, you're useless. Absolutely useless. So a financial advisor is basically a person, a muppet who works for a company who basically can't do anything, is licensed to do nothing. He's scared to say anything in case he gets sued, and his advice is rubbish and it's completely pointless. One of my friends, Ed, he's a multi-millionaire, right? So you'll go, he's smart. No, he's not. He does all the wrong things with the investments. What he does is he earned a lot of money years ago. He earned a lot of money. He got rich. He's busy working. He hasn't got the time to do this, so he's busy working, right? So his time isn't worth looking at it. He pays someone, and he pays Fisher a huge amount of money to basically say, buy the S&P 500. I've told him this over and over again, but he's happy. Now for him, It was worth it when he was working because he was earning more money than it would be to do the research. But now he's retired, he's still doing it. And I went, why don't you move your money into Robinhood? You'll get a 3% match and just go in the S&P, stop paying this flipping clown 3%, 10%. No, I'm happy where I am. You're happy where you are because you're just doing the same old thing over and over again, even if it's wrong. Yeah, I've done but I've done really great. You've done really great because you bought Amazon 20 years ago, and everybody's done great. The monkey, the daft monkey with the silly hat did great. Do you want to be the monkey with the silly hat on? Well, that's what you are. Oh, God. Anyway, I honestly, I hate it because these people are sharks. They're total sharks. They're selling people nonsense just to get their money, and they don't do anything. There's no value. You can study yourself. Just buy a good book on investing and read it and then do it. And then that's it. It's for free. Bloody hell. My spouse loves Edward Jones. Yeah, Edward Jones. Oh, God. I had an Edward Jones guy come round the house. He came round the house, knocking on the door to door. Edward Jones, literally, that's how bad it's getting for these people. He knocked on the door, and I opened the door. He said, hello. He showed me his security ID. I'm from Edward Jones and wondered if you'd like to talk about your investments. And I said to him, no joke. You're doing door-to-door selling. This is how it is. The profit they get out of doing nothing is insane. Because remember, if they say to you, oh, we customize your investment structure just for you. Like you're unique. You're not unique. They go, they do that with their tie. Right. What's your goal? To be rich. That's funny that. Everybody else said that. No. What's your specific strategy? Well, I'd like to be able to retire in 20 years. Is that unique? It's funny that. Everyone says that. Well, they're bound to. When would you like to retire? When I get fired from my job when I'm about 65. That's when everybody else gets fired. Okay, we'll structure it. Well, what's your risk tolerance? What do you mean? Well, would you like us to invest risky stocks, or would you like us to invest in very sensible stocks? I don't know. Aren't you the financial advisor? Oh, we can't make decisions like that. We can't do that. We have to have you tell us how risky you want to get. Well, hang on a minute. Are you telling me the more risky I get, the more money I can get? Yeah. The more risky you get, the more money. I'd go for that option then. Yeah, but that's a bit risky. You just asked me, do I go risky or sensible? Well, it depends what your goals are. I've just told you I want to retire when they fire me at 65. How much money do you want to make? $1 billion. What's the best way to make it? You're the professional. How much are you going to charge me? Oh, we're not like all those other companies. Why? What do? Do they work for free? Well, they do all sorts of stuff. But what do? Don't you hang out with those people at the pub on the lunch break? Well, yeah, we're all friends. We're all helping each other rip everybody off. So, what's the fee? Oh, we don't do fees. We're not like the other people. What do you do then? Oh, we only make money when our client makes money. I love when they say that. That's the best phrase ever. What do you mean? So if I lose money, you lose money. So you give me money back. You compensate me. Oh no, we don't give you money back if we lose. We just don't make as much money. That's what we mean when we say that. When we say we don't make money unless our client makes money. So, okay, so you give me good advice and we win. Okay, right. Now, when we win, what do I pay you then? Oh, it's a percentage. Don't worry about that because you'll be happy because you've won. So if the market goes up, I pay you money. But isn't that what you're supposed to do though? Why are you getting a reward for doing what you're supposed to do? I could just buy the stock market myself. Doesn't the S&P on average make 10% a year? That's not the point. We're financial advisors. Yeah, but if you're a financial advisor and an expert, then I'm sort of guaranteed to win, aren't I? That's like going to the mechanic at the car garage, or whatever you want to call it, and you go, how much is it to fix my car? Well, it's $500, but will you actually fix it? Well, I might fix it. It depends. But don't worry, we only charge you if we fix the car. Yeah, but aren't you going to fix the car? Well, we might fix the car. It depends on the market. It depends whether it goes down or not. Well, yeah, I know that. That's stupid. So there you go. It is stupid. Absolutely stupid. There's no point doing it. Stop doing it. Stop giving people your money to tell you basically what you already know. Anyway. Oh, God. Better still, don't buy coffee and put £5 in. That's right. That's even better. I love it, Cedar. Yeah, I would buy it. I would buy it. Some people just buy it with what they give up for the day, like a coffee. David, I read it. I read sit too. Okay. No one wants the sit. I'll change it. I'll do it again. It's fair because you spent time thinking of the image. Well, I spent about an hour and a half actually doing it. Concert t-shirts are like $50 plus now. There you go. Mine's half price. Don't make fun of me. Don't you dare. Martyn for Fed chair, Venezuela. No, I meant, yeah, I know what you mean. You don't mean sit. It looks like sit. All right, I'll redo it. Where do we get one of those monkeys? Exactly. I don't believe that there is a way on Trading 212 you can get out of paying FX fees when selling US stocks. I think of that. Yes, there is a way of doing it, and I'll tell you how to do it. But you didn't want to become a member, so I ain't telling you. Did the monkey throw sit at the wall? With other words, with other words, use your monkey brain. Charts move up and down, but always to the right. That's true. That's very good. It's been scientifically proven that it's best to follow others than to think of yourself. I don't know. That was funny. Yeah. There's the new t-shirt. The monkey made me do it. Martyn beat the monkey. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing Martyn. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I love it. Oh, God. KC, yeah. Diesel Raider. Oh, my God. Charts are like arseholes. Everyone got one. Exactly. My spouse loves Edward Jones. Why? Does she just like the guy that works there? That's probably what it is. Monkey from the zoo. How do you do? Okay, guys. Let's stop all the monkey business. Wah, 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 wah. I'm being honest. I use both Acorns and Robinhood. I know you do. I know you do. We spoke about it the other day. You mentioned it the other day and I went, I wouldn't do it. This is my mate, by the way. In case you're wondering, all right, this guy here is my mate. He's my friend. He's a gold member. We have video calls. And I'm giving him a hard time. He doesn't mind. He's just got married. He can take it. He can take it, but mostly use Robinhood. Charting is for people who want to know what they should have made. And if it's charting is for people who want to know what they should have made. If it's an ands, if it's an buts, and that's right. Hey, we're the monkeys. Monkey and around. Hey, we're the monkeys. Monkey drinking Coca-Cola. That's the t-shirt right there. Do you have a good book? Do you have a good book tips for starting investors, Martyn? No. I ain't got time for bloody reading. I'm reading balance sheets all bloody day. I have the gold premium on Acorns. And if I deposit $250 a month, they waive the subscription fee. That's good. That's good. I like that. RC3 is getting RC with me now. He's got an RC with me, RC3. He's getting RC with me. He's one of my mates, and I'm going, Acorns is rubbish. It's not rubbish. If it gets you to do it, if it gets you to invest, it does. But it's just better to do it yourself. Of course it is. I mean, it's obvious, really. He knows deep down inside, RC3, tell me the truth. deep down inside, do you think it's better if you did it yourself? Deep down. I mean deep undercover. Go deep undercover and decide whether you actually think it's better to do it yourself. Just let me know. Let me know. Anyway, yeah, call the book Charts Are Rubbish by Martyn Lucas. Should I do it? I was thinking of bringing out a book all about charts are rubbish, but I don't know how much you'd have to do. I mean, how could you fill it up? If you said it's rubbish, then there's nothing to say, is there? It'd be completely pointless. Anyway, my mother pulled her all accounts from Ed and paid off the house. She said, forget the fee. Hey, there you go. Look at this. See? I got some sensible people here. My mother pulled all her accounts from Edward Jones and paid off the house. She said, forget the fee. See? There you go. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But why giving away the fun part of it all, like researching? Yeah, that's it. Get off it, get it and do it. The risk tolerance is absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, I'm enjoying the jokes today. I need to go back to work, but need to see Martyn read all these monkey comments. I'm reading them, Casey. All right, Casey going primal on crypto investing. A fool and their money are soon parted, Casey Crypto. I was charged $40 for the mechanic to drive it and say, we won't fix it. You're kidding me. I'm not surprised, right? Seriously, tell me the truth. You were charged $40 for a mechanic to drive your car to say, we won't fix it. You should have charged him $50 for rental of your car, because he not only used your car, he went miles, he depreciated the tyres, he depreciated the value of the car because he put miles on it, he used it, he went from A to B, he basically had a free taxi, and he used your petrol. You should charge him $50. He actually had the gall to charge you $40 to go, we can't fix this. What the hell was that? Acorns has both the checking and savings accounts. RC3 is getting RC with me. Celebrate 5 months. How do I upgrade to Electrum? This is how you upgrade to Electrum. This is how you do it. How many bloody times have I... Honestly, in fact, if someone could tell me how many bloody times a day do I tell people how to do this? So here we go again. All right, you're watching here on the old YouTube. There you go. This is you. You're watching this. I'm watching you. You're watching me. There you go. There's a button here called membership. You could look for yourself or ask me, whichever way. You've chose to ask me. That's fine. Now you see the button. You could choose to click on it, or you could ask me. Do I click on that? Yeah, you do. You click on it. Thanks, Martyn, for letting me know. Okay. Now you've clicked on it, you'll see your membership. Now you can see it by clicking on it and doing it, or you could ask me, should I click on it and see it? You chose to ask me how I do it, so I told you how you did it, and here you are. Now look, scroll to the right. Scrolling. Mike! There is a word. There's a magic word. All we want William Wallace to do is utter a word. I think the prisoner is about to utter a word. Just one word, and all this will be over. No more pain. Just reach out and kiss my cloak. Kiss the seal of the king. And say a word. The prisoner wishes to utter a word. What was that word, everybody? What was that word from the film? What was the word? Because I'm telling you now, it wasn't upgrade. Should have been, all right? You click upgrade. You could have done this yourself, but you wanted to ask me. And now you can upgrade to anyone you like. That's how you do it. There we go. Have we sorted it out now? How do I upgrade? And you can cancel whenever you like if you think the service is rubbish. Especially ridiculous DeFi program is a joke. Learning to trade the right way. Take profits on time, lose less. There we go. End the story. Close the book. No more fees. Casey, this is funny. That's petty, says XRP Eagle. That's petty. What's petty? You're not even a member. Why don't you bugger off? Liz... I can't stand paying fees. Those advisors don't know their butts from their... They don't. Half of them don't. They flipping don't. They absolutely don't. Remember, the financial advisors never ever build relationships with the company like I do. They very rarely read the balance sheets. What they do is they go off a set of guidelines from the financial institution who says, we have to earn this. You can't afford to risk any money. You've got to follow these guidelines because we might get sued. That's all they do. And then they go, what are your financial goals? I want to get rich. When? By the time I get fired from my job. How much money do you want? $1 billion. What's your risk tolerance? Very risky indeed. Oh my God. Humpty Monkey Dumpty. That's what we want. Does anyone remember that commercial, Puppy Monkey Baby? It was a Mountain Dew commercial. I don't. Maybe the rest of you UK investor became a member. I'm loving it. He did as well. He actually did it. To be fair, he became a bronze member. I am a member. Shall I help him now? Don't forget, mate, if you think my information's rubbish, you can always cancel, mate. All right, you can always cancel, get your money back. Mike Hunt, I'll tell you right now. Let me get rid of this. Mike Hunt can't read charts. Mike. Oh, hello. Okay, somebody being clever. I rolled over an old employer, 401,000 into gold and silver IRA for free. And it's 5x since we bought silver at 20 ounce. That was against Fidelity and Edward Jones advice. There you go. Look at that. I rolled over an employer 401k into gold and silver IRA for free. On Robinhood, you would have got a match of 3% as well. All right. And since we bought silver at 20 ounce, that was against Fidelity Edward Jones advisors. Yeah, rubbish. Right. Super chat, RC3. Yes, better do it yourself if you have the time. That's the key, isn't it? That's what they're hoping. They haven't got their time. They ain't got their time. We can charge them fees. Most of my money goes into Robinhood. There you go. You know I work 7 days, Martyn. I'm listening to you. I know you do. We've had a chat. This is my mate, by the way. Are you still in XRP or did you pull out? Of course I haven't. If you remember, you would know because I tell all my members when I'm buying and when I'm selling. You will never know. It'll be too late by the time you know. I was surprised. I won't go there again. Countless. It was from the parking space to the inside garage. You are kidding me. $40 for that. Why are you being rude, bro? Well, I'm not your bro. All right? I'm not being rude. I bet you didn't buy that membership. What did I say? Coca-Cola would bounce after hours. It bounced again. Now I can use my lots and now we can trim. Hello? There you go. All right? Martyn was right again. A financial advisor wouldn't have told you that. Don't put all your money in one stock. Well, that's not we're not allowed to say that. But what if it's the right thing to do? Well, we can't say it. Yeah, but you're my financial advisor. You're supposed to advise me. You're not advising me. You're protecting yourself from me suing you. Well, yeah, that is true. Yeah, well, how's that advising me then? Right now, the best thing to buy pretty much is Coca-Cola. I can't say that. That would be against my rules. Then you're rubbish then, aren't you? Bugger off. Why are you being so rude? My audience love it. This ain't for you. I bet you $1 million you won that membership. Anyway, there you go. Merch idea. T-shirt, drawn cartoon, Martyn as a king of Coca-Cola next in the text. Freedom. There you go. It's freedom. I'm going to help that guy out. He's going, I just paid membership. They asked the stock price picking monkey to upgrade to Electro and it figured it out in 2 minutes. Freedom. That's right. Shirt says, trolls are monkeys who invest in acorns. Now things are really getting bananas here. Oh, I'm loving it. Ours actually said, that's how I get paid when I complained about the fees. That's how I get paid. What, ripping people off? Yeah. Aren't you a mechanic to fix cars? Well, yeah. Did you fix my car? No. Are you a taxi driver? No. Well, why am I paying you as one then? Unbelievable. Anyway, Martyn isn't rude. He's the Ricky Gervais of investing, doing a global a global Glows Award event. I love it. He's waiting. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is it. If you think you've come in for financial advice, yeah, I make some money. I'm making money all the time, right? So you could take that away, or you could focus on me roasting you. I'm not here to be nice. Who wants nice anyway? Nice is overrated. Most people that are nice are only pretending anyway. Let's be honest. If you went into Edward Jones today, he would be nice. Why? Because he wants you to give him money to do nothing. Is he your friend? No. Does he really care about you? No. What do? I sit here 12 hours a day, all day, answering every single question, even non-members. Even if you're a member, you don't pay me to answer questions. You choose to be a member. You can cancel whenever you want. I read every question, and when I'm buying, before I answer this guy's question, he's waiting, right? He's waiting, right? Do you have any idea how bloody stressful it is doing what I promised I would do? So I see Coca-Cola going down. And I'm going to spend $300,000. I did it this morning in bed. It was $140,000. I've just woke up. Leah's there. We've just woken up. Leah's already annoyed because I'm in bed on the phone, right? And I'm about to spend $140,000 of my money, our money, future money, right? Think about that for a minute. But before I buy it, I've got to think, will this be the best information for my audience? You don't do that. You just go, I want to buy it, right? You don't care. I have to think, is this good? Because a lot of people follow me. And then, because I promised I would, before I buy it, and it could bounce at any moment, I stop, I set up a limit order, I post it onto my places where I said I promise, Discord Premium and Electrum. Then I buy it because that's what I said. I'm going to tell you before I do it. How stressful do you think that is? 140,000 this morning in bed. I just woken up and I can't just go buy. I've got to take a screenshot, tell all of you what I'm doing. That's because I give a shit. That's because I care. And you don't pay me for that. You're a member. You choose to be a member. You cancel, whatever. You don't go, tell me that and I'll give you $5. There's no transaction. There's no contract. But I do that. There's a difference, right? So I just think the people that are nice to you half the time, they're just after stuff. So I don't be nice to anybody. I'm rude to everybody. I'm not really rude. I'm just being honest. All right, you take it or you leave it. I'm just telling you the bloody truth. Anyway, I've taken the piss now for way too long. UK investor wants to know about FX. FX, as in fees, exchange rates. So here's my top tip for you. Before I explain which brokerage and how you do it, there's a few things you need to understand about FX. So you become a member, so I'm going to give you the full answer. The full answer now. So first of all, what is FX? How does it work? Why does it exist? Some people, daft people, yes, stupid, all right. Stupid people like to trade currency. I think it's gambling. Doesn't produce anything. It's just gambling. What's going to go up today, down tomorrow? It's gambling. Some people do it. I've got a few friends in the UK who told me about this, and they've joined these clubs where they all do it together and you pay them a fee. Oh, here we go again. Right? And they trade FX. They trade exchange rates. Don't do that. It's gambling. Don't pay someone to do it. Buy a business that produces and has cash flow and makes money and makes profit. That's investing. So that's the first thing. Trading currency is gambling. We have to have it because it's how the world works, but you don't have to do it. It is stupid. Don't do it, right? So that's what FX is, foreign exchange. What if you want to move money from place to place? What if you want to send some money from one side of the world to the other? People say that's why crypto is so amazing. Oh, we got crypto now. It's amazing. We can do all these things now with crypto. Hello, you've been able to trade. You've been able to send money around the world for years. I've been doing it for about 15 years. It's not new. You can do it for like virtually free, pennies, zero sometimes. Doesn't cost anything. Let me show you a few things you need to understand about all this. It's all a bloody game. And once you know the game, it's easy to win, right? So I'm going to show you, first of all, this app here. And then I'm going to explain how all the FX works. Right. So first of all, there's a little app you need. Could you see here on my phone? Yeah, there's my British bank account, Lloyd's. Can you see that? Can you see that one in the middle, the blue one? It's called XE. It's the XE rate. Now, the XE rate is important, right? It's the real value. So if we do $100, $100 is £74. Okay. Now that's the XE rate. That means there's no buying and selling going on. That's the actual conversion. That's the real conversion. Now this is important because if you go into a bank or any institution and say, I want to buy some dollars, I want to buy some pounds, they got to pay the person on the cash register. They got to pay someone the building, right? So there's a fee. It's fair enough. They're not ripping you off. They can't do it for free, can they? They've got to pay the person doing it, right? Electric, insurance, here we go again. Don't want to get sued, right? All that stuff. See, this is stupid, right? So never go into your supermarket and get holiday money. Never go into the travel agent and ask for holiday money. Don't go into the bank and ask for holiday money. Don't do it. Because there'll always be a fee between the buying and the selling price. When you buy it, there's a fee. When you sell it, there's a fee, and you always lose money. So when you want to know what an actual currency should be, you use the XE rate. That's important. That's this app. Okay, this is step number one. Now then, I'm going to give you a little thing here. A little thing. Can I sign in? Have I got an account with these people? Have I? It's incorrect. It doesn't matter. Hang on. Have I got a little thing with this? Bugger it. Doesn't matter. Right? Anyway, so that's the first part. You now know what the real price is. So get the XE app, number one. Now you know. Next thing you want to do is if you ever want to sell or send money from one place to another. So if you've sold an asset or you've got some cash and you want to send it, bear with me, UK investor. You're getting a lot of information. There's a lot to tell you. It's not one thing. There's lots. Rather than, this is what I do. I've got bank accounts in Canada, Europe, Netherlands, UK, America, 5 places around the world. I use this system all the time. When I pay Sense in the UK, VAS in the UK, this is what I do. This technology has been around for 20 years. It's like crypto, but it's better, right? When you send money from A to B, it crosses a border. It goes over the sea from one country to the other. It costs money. Everybody wants a little bit. It's why diamonds are expensive. One of my friends worked at De Beers, and the only reason why diamonds are expensive is all the processes in between. The diamond is nothing. It's worth nothing. It's a bit of charcoal, right? It becomes expensive by the polisher, the cutter, the this, the that, the other, the grader, okay? So moving money is the same. From ear to ear gets expensive because everybody wants a little bit because it's their business, right? So what we do is we have a way to send money which goes from to the edge of the country to the edge of the country, and the Atlantic Ocean in the middle. It doesn't go across that. It stays there. What we do is we match up money over here with money over here, and we swap it electronically. Electronically, we swap it. So we go from there to there, and then we swap it. Make sense? It's easy, right? Kind of makes sense. We swap the money. That's all we do. So how does that work? Well, this is the app I use for that. All right. So whenever I send money anywhere, it costs me nothing. It's like $1, nothing. And it arrives in 1 second. Like 1 second. You ask Vaz and Sensei, when I pay them, I paid you, and they go, boom, it's in my bank. 1 second. Banks have been able to do this for years, but they don't. Oh, we charge you a wire fee. Oh, it's very complicated being a bank, you know. It's $35 to send money, and it takes 4 days. Why does it take 4 days? Well, because we lend it out. We lend it out, and we make money on it. We buy FX. We do a bit of coin exchanges. No. Take it from my bank to that bank in 1 second and charge me nothing. Oh, we can't do that. Oh, we can't do that. Yeah, we can. I do it all the time. So here we go. Copy. Paste. I'm going to drop this in here. Is it working? There you go. Right. See that link there? That link there is an app, right? It's called TransferWise. Now, that link I've given you, if you use it, this is what's going to happen. You can send money for free, like for $1 in 1 second, instant. Share this link with three friends. It's first come, first serve, and earn £75 for yourself. Your friends get a free card or 0 fees on any transfer up to £500. There you go. So that's what I get. Okay, I get. It looks like I get $75. Okay, fine. All right, but you get the app and you get to do all this for free. Okay. So there's the app. It's the first 3 people. Anyway, you can all get the app and do it yourself, right? So what I do is I send track referrals. Let's see if anyone's done it. Has anyone done it? Oh. One person's done it. Oh. One person's already done it. Right, okay. Anyway. Now what you can do is you swap money from here to here, and it goes across the border and it just swaps. So there's no fee, it's instant, it's straight away. That's how you move money, right? So now getting back to, now you know what FX is, how it works, how to be efficient, how to send it, how not to pay fees. Now you got to my friend here was saying, I'm buying Coca-Cola in the UK and I am being charged transaction fees. Is that what you were saying? I want to be clear. Right, there's a way around that. You're in the UK, so I'm going to talk directly to you, and I'm going to give you the link now if you want to call in, and if I'm going to help you. So here is the link. There is the link if you want to call in. So if any of this doesn't make any sense, please feel free to call in. This is our UK investor. You're in the UK. I'm going to give you my link now to Robinhood UK. There is my link. There's Robinhood UK. There's Robinhood USA. So if you're in the USA, get Robinhood, get free shares. If you're in the UK, get Robinhood, you get free shares. I get free shares, you get free shares. Everybody wins, it's free. Now here's how it works. Look at this. So I'm going to go on my phone onto my Robinhood UK and show you how to buy an American business with American money and pay no FX fees. Have you done this? Have you got Robinhood? Because if you have, you already know all this, okay? So I'm going to log in to my UK Robinhood account. Okay, so there is my Robinhood USA account, the one you see on the screen. Look, on my phone, right? Got it? There's my Robinhood US account, what you're looking at on the screen. Now, what I'm going to do now is log out, and I'm going to go into my UK account. This is allowing me in the UK, because remember, I'm a UK citizen. I've got a UK bank, UK address, passport. I'm from England, right? So I can buy US businesses, but without paying FX fees. So log out, logging back in, logging in now with my UK account. Now, what you're going to see now is my UK balance. It's gone up quite a bit, actually. These are all the free shares that I've been getting when I do a referral. Okay. It's now, there's my UK account. I've got $4,600. There's my UK account. Okay. Whenever I refer to you and you get a free share, I get a free share, you get a free, that's how it works. So that's all my free shares. And if you look, you can see that because it just goes straight up. There's no losses. I get free shares. I buy Coca-Cola nearly all the time and it just keeps going up. Right. So that's my account. Now, in the UK, if I was transferring money from my bank to buy shares, my Lloyd's bank, I can't because there's no money in it. But if I was, I would transfer £10 into my US Robinhood, right? It would be in dollars. But it does it, no fees, 0 fees, and it does it at the XE rate. And that's why I explained all of this earlier on. So you understand the XE rate, the proper rate, the real rate, 0 fees, blah, blah, blah. It does the same system. It does this swapping over thing. So it doesn't transfer across the world and go through banks. So that's how you put UK pounds into here without fees at the right rate. So you lose no money. Okay. Then you go and go, all right, I want to buy Coca-Cola. So you go, all right, I want to buy Coca-Cola, and you buy Coca-Cola, a US business in dollars. You can't buy it in pounds. You buy it in dollars. But here's the cool part. A UK investor, are you still with me? I just want to know, is he still with me? Am I just rambling to the world? UK investor, is he with me? I think he is. Are you here? Are you here? Okay. So once you've bought a US stock with your UK money, which you paid no fees for, and you paid no FX fees for, and no exchange rate, you got the XE rate, the asset's gone up in price, like mine has. You're not going to sell it for a loss, are you? Okay. Then what you could do is up here at the top, you see it says USD, you can click that, and it says USD and GB pounds. You can display it in both. So if I click the pounds a minute, that is currently £3,448, British pounds. Okay. That's the current price of my dollars in pounds right now, right here, right now. That's the right. There's no fee on that. There's no exchange rate on that. Sorry, there's no transaction fees. There's no profit taking, all the rest of it. It's straight. Now then, what you could decide to do is you can sell it, which will be in dollars because you bought it in dollars and you sell it in dollars. And you can leave it in your portfolio earning 3.8%, I think if you're a gold member, 3.5%, I think 3.25% currently in the UK. 3.25% if you're a gold member, it might be less, whatever it is. Anyway, You're earning that. So you're making the money anyway to compensate for any future fees because you're just getting interest. Now, when you want to sell, sorry, not sell, bring the money out back into your bank, into the UK, if it's the UK you're in, you can then choose whether you want dollars or pounds, and depending on which one is going to give you the best return, send that money via dollars or pounds to your bank. Now, you might benefit because the pound might be strong or the dollar might be weak or whatever. You can decide. Robinhood gives you the flexibility to choose what currency and when and how. So that's how you do it. So when you said the brokerage that you are on, you're currently paying all these fees and you're losing money by buying Coca-Cola, blah, blah, blah. Number one, understand what FX fees are, exchange rates, get the XC rate. You now know by using the app. If you want to transfer money from one country to another, you use TransferWise. I gave you that link in the chat as well. Plus you'll win some stuff, whatever it is. I forget whatever it was. If you get Robinhood, you'll get some free shares and you can add the money into your account. You can buy in dollars with dollars. You can transfer to pounds when it best suits you. You won't pay an exchange rate. You won't pay a fee. You will get the XE rate. That's the full deal. That's how it all works. I know I've said a lot. Did you get that? Did that make any sense? Are you still here? Did that help? Did that help anybody else? I hope it did. Did I ramble on for 3 hours? Too much? I don't know. Let me go back and see if he's even here. Let's have a look. Right, so here he was at the beginning. He said he was waiting. All right, so now he's at it. Eventually, you're going to make a T-shirt or mug that says, buy like Martyn. Yeah. RC3, buy like Martyn is a real BLM. Put that on a shirt, buy like Martyn. Yeah, I like that. What happened with Mike? He used to call and interact with us. Is he and his wife all right? They're fine. They're fine. Mike's got older. He doesn't want to call. He's too lazy now, probably. What about your start singing now? I'm late in some parts of the world. Sing for us a Nana song. What do you mean? 1970 Buckley is to blame. Not everyone deserves a free membership. I agree. I'm all good, thank you. Right, big dog. Hi, says Martyn. How are you? My first real job was in FX or one of the big banks. It was 90% corporations, institutions and governments. Oh, here we go for one of the big banks. I've been having a go now at Casey. Casey's going to go, we were friends, now we're not. Basically, you've been running me down. Everything I've been doing for 30 years, stealing from people, you're now telling me, everybody, that was terrible. Yeah. Are you here? I'm glad you are. I haven't seen you for a while. I've been here forever. He's always here. Mike's always here. He might not be always talking, but he's always here. Or maybe when you are here, I'm not watching. Maybe. Boomer. Yep, I am. What about James? We don't see him for a while. Mike, do you? Yeah, he's here as well. Bloody hell. Oh, that's good to hear. Say hello from me. China. Hello. Eggs and China. I feel sometimes like a back of the future. You get my point. Liz, he's been here in the chat. And they also route it through partner banks who all charge fees and have their own internal confirmation processes. Here you go. You're having it from the flipping horse's mouth now. Not saying that Casey's a horse. Not saying Casey is a horse, but the horse's mouth. It's an expression we have in England. All right, you're having it direct from the source. Or maybe I wasn't. Wait, Martyn, we are trying to have a conversation with Mike. You're interrupting it. How can I interrupt myself? Decentralized finance, peer-to-peer permissions, less and borderless. I'm an investor in the UK. Does that count? Yes, of course it bloody counts. We spent 20 minutes talking about UK accounts. LOL, are you old Silver Surfer? Wow, maybe. Can't do that in ISAs though. So it may be cheaper to take FX hit and keep the funds in an ISA. Just a thought. Assuming hit the CGT limit, of course. Can't do that in an ISA. Yeah, you can. Oh, yes, you can. Because Robinhood is bringing out an ISA any day now, which does exactly that. So, Jamie, yes, you can. Martyn was right again. Right. Yes, that was very informative, Martyn. I have Robinhood UK and Trading 212. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Martyn. Thank you for the in-depth answer. But I am with Trading. Well, so what? Well, that's not an answer, is it? He goes, thanks for all the information, but I'm with Trading 212. What, are you married to him or something? No. Listen here, mate. If you get Robinhood UK, look, there it is. Just listen. I'm going to stop being nice. You think I'm rude? I'm going to get even ruder. Here we go, UK investor. I told you to become a member and you behaved yourself, right? You did it. And now you learned something. So now I'm going to be even more putting my foot down. Get Robinhood UK right now. Why? It's free. You're going to get a free share anyway. You can do it in 5 minutes. Don't go, I'm with Trading 212, so I don't need it. It's free. Just get it. Do as you're told. Just get it. You will get a free share. And trust me, I ain't doing it to get rich. Most of my free shares are like $7. So it doesn't bother me if you do it or not. But you will get a free share or something or whatever. Sometimes it's $7. Sometimes it's a bloody Apple share. We've seen it happen on the show once, to be fair. Once. Anyway, you can then do all that. And then any day now, Robinhood is bringing out an ISA and like an IRA thing. It's the UK equivalent. Now, here's the good part. If you listen to me and you do what I'm saying, not going, well, I've got a Trading 212, so I'm not bothered. That's just daft. If you do what I've just said, here's the good bit. When they bring out the IRA, which they any day now have promised they'll do, every time Robinhood do that, they do a match. So if you've got a Trading 212 IRA in the UK, you haven't got to sell your shares and pay tax. What they'll probably do is say, transfer from Trading 212 to the UK, Robinhood, and they'll give you a 3% match. That is more than likely going to happen. Now, I'm not sponsored by Robinhood. I couldn't care less. I'm just telling you, and at very best, right, I might get $7 out of a free share. So really, right, it's not about the money. If you open a Robinhood account right now, it's free. It costs you nothing. You've already done 212. You know how it works. Link it to your bank, blah, blah, blah. Get some free shares, whatever you might get. Get ready. Trading it's better than Trading 212 just because of what it is. But you can buy Coca-Cola just the same. You can do all those FX fees for free. You don't have the Trading 212. You just said it costs you money, so don't bother with all that. When the ISA comes out, if you want to, you can transfer and get a 3% match. So you were saying to me, Trading 212 was no good because of the fees. Now I'm telling you how to avoid the fees. You're going, I've got Trading 212. Well, we know that, but now you can avoid the fees, right? Hi, Mike. How you doing? I started with Robinhood UK, but moved to 212 to take advantage of the ISA. Soon, Robinhood UK will have the ISA. They will. And then you can come back and get the match. That's exactly spot on, Jamie. Hello all, says Paul. Doing well. Hi, Paul. If I've an Irish passport, but based in the Netherlands, what trading platform do you recommend? If I have an Irish passport, but based in the Netherlands, what trading platform? I don't bloody know. How am I supposed to know that? I'm sorry. I ain't got a clue. I'm not Irish. I don't know what they got in Ireland. And I haven't got a brokerage in Netherlands. What I'd suggest you do, wherever you are a citizen, Google it. Brokerages, investing brokerages. Something will come up. I could do it for you and then tell you, but I ain't got a clue. Haven't got a clue. That's good. Mike, you good as well. I was agreeing with you, Martyn. FX wasn't, and it isn't for retail. From the horse's mouth. There you go. See, Casey? Yes. Does anybody want to call in? I want to get a whiskey. Sod it. Whiskey and Bombay mix. Does anybody want to call in? Here's a live link up. Mike, Casey, somebody call in. I want to get a whiskey. I want to shout at people. Video phoning. I want to laugh at people. Take the mick out of you for being stupid. I enjoy that. I enjoy it. Does that make me a bad person? Yeah, it does, definitely. Yeah, I'm sure it must say somewhere in any book of conduct, don't be horrible to people, but I like doing it. I enjoy it. So, video phoning. There it is in the chat. Let's get it going. Here's the 10 spots. Let's fill them up. Just call in to be abused. Some people pay lots of money to be tied up, whipped and chained. Some people pay good money for that privilege. Well, I'm giving it to you right now. You can get abused today on the show for free. I'll open it up to everybody. You don't even need to be a member. So if you're a troll that just wants to be whipped and abused, call in. Ask me a question. Let me make you out to be stupid and it'll be great. You want to do it? Strongly recommend it. Anyway, there it is. I'm waiting for the first person. Yeah, but that's not... I'm waiting for the... Robin Hood, when we can do it. Yes, that's right. Yes. Yes, been dark and cold in the UK. Martyn, that was a joke. You asked the UK investor, was here, and I said, I'm an investor. I'm in the UK. Does that count? Oh, I got you now, mate. I got you now. I got it now, mate. Sorry about that. He never gets it. Bring the sunshine and carpet rides. Hood is good. Zach loves it. Oh, Zach, I got my bank account. From Robin Hood. Look at this. I got a bank account. I don't even use it, actually. Hang on. I will, though, I think. I don't even know if I will. Log out. Log in. I'm sick of passwords. You remember when we had no passwords? Remember that? Remember the day we didn't have passwords? It was good. Now we have passwords. I hate it. What was it? Here we go. Where is it? Bank account. Robin Hood Gold. Look. Look at that. Robin Hood bank account now. Now you can get cash delivered to your house for $2.99. I'm going to order $1 million. See if it turns up. But look at this. Look at my net worth. Do you want to see what my net worth is? This is good. So it looks at your portfolio. You add your house. Remember, I own my house. Right? Look at my net worth. That's what Robin Hood says my net worth is. $700,000. Look at that. That's my net worth. That's my net worth. How about that? And that is all mine because I haven't got a mortgage. Nearly $1 million, folks. Look at it. That's my net worth. So Robinhood have a bank account now. You can do all that. He had free shares when I joined Robinhood. We had free shares. Did you? You did. Wow, that would be nice. 3% match. Yes, Robinhood UK, US do it now. Robin US, do it now. I don't know why anyone doesn't do it. If you've got a 401k and you don't transfer it to Robinhood now and get 3% match, that's mental. Because you haven't got to sell anything. You just got to transfer it. You get 3%. Imagine if you've been investing for 30 years and you got like $1 million 401k. 3%. 30 grand. No, it's not. Yeah. It's 3 grand, isn't it? Is it? Is it 3 grand? Yeah, it's 3 grand. Yeah, it's 3 grand. Sorry, 30 grand. 30,000. 30,000 on $1 million. $30,000 for doing nothing. You might as well. You might as well. People go, I can't be bothered. Really? You're that rich? Mike, I do miss your face. Yeah. I'm going to start the carpet up soon. My arthritis is playing up, RC. I know that. I've got a bloody elbow like that, Mike. I've got a bloody elbow like that now. Heck yeah. Robinhood USA has a transfer function. I have found Edward Jones. Edward Jones, bring it in. Sodom. Hey, listen here, Terry Rose. Transfer your money, get 3%, buy the S&P 500 and tell Howard Jones to stuff it. There's financial advice. Martyn Lucas Investor, with 109,000 subscribers, said that I should transfer my money from you to get a 3% match on Robinhood. It's taken care of in fiduciaries. It's just as secure as you. It's exactly the same as you. I can buy the S&P 500. I pay no fees. I get 3% match. And Martyn Lucas said, do it and tell you to stuff it. That's what you should do. Go phone in. My face ain't so pretty, Zach. Yes, it is. We love your face. Did you stop driving? Zach's always driving. We have a nice, friendly face. Ask the monkey, it will know. I did last Electrum show. Your turn now. Why is no one phoning in? Martyn talking with his hands. Google it. Am I? I'm talking with my hands. You can't even make a troll look stupid. They are worse than that. They are incompetent and jealous. $400,000 house then. Correct. Well done. Oh, God. Cheers, Martyn. 30,000. Yeah, 30,000. That's what I said, isn't it? You should order evening 100 to be delivered someday, Martyn, on the live stream and delivery and how it goes down. Actually, we should do it. We should do it, right? As long as you pay the $2.99, Better Wellness, are you going to pay the $2.99 fee for the entertainment factor? Don't forget to like and share, subscribe to this great channel. No gimmicks, just knowledge and giggles. There it is. It's got nothing to do with financial investing, is it? It's just abusing the audience, telling everyone they're stupid, trying to get everyone to buy pointless super chats, to say pointless things, to sign up for pointless investment advice. That's rubbish. That's basically all this channel is. That's what this channel is, right? It's Martyn Lucas sat in the dark in his house, surrounded by some lights that he used to use when he used to tour the world as the world piano man. A few rock and roll spotlights, sitting in his house, drinking tea, telling people they're stupid, trying to get them to spend money on super chats, buy silly t-shirts they don't need. That's basically what this is. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe to this great channel. I have to clip that. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't clip that. That was YouTube gold. That was for the moment. Not one of these people with their iPhones holding it up. What is all that about? Can someone explain to me why I don't do this? I am the only person at the concert not doing it. Would you like to know what it is? Would someone tell me why people go to concerts and there they are watching their idol, whoever that might be, whether it's Elton John or Taylor Swift, and they don't even look at it. They weren't even there. They're looking at it through their phone. They're holding their phone up, filming it. And I'm thinking, why is everyone filming this? Why don't you just look at it? That's what you pay to do, to look at it. right? If you want to see it on a phone, tomorrow you can go on to YouTube and every other bloody idiot filmed it for you. Let them do all the hard work. They've probably got a better phone than you anyway, all right? It's been filmed by 1 million people. The same angle. What's the point? Why would you do that? I don't do that. When I go to a concert, the phone goes in the pocket and I stand there and I look up at Elton John and I listen and I enjoy it. That's what I do. Do you go to a concert and get your phone out and film the bloody show hour after hour? Look at me, I'm filming it. Why are you filming it, you bloody idiot? You could buy a DVD on the way out and you can watch the old bloody thing. Right, good quality. Oh, it's not the same. It's not the same. You get the atmosphere. What atmosphere? The atmosphere is being there, but you wasn't there because you're on your phone looking for a camera, weren't you, you bloody idiot? Put your bloody phone down. I love it when entertainers tell the audience to turn the phones off. Adele does it. She tells people off. Will you put your bloody phones away? She tells them. Why have you paid a ticket to come and see me and you spend the whole time on your phone? What's the bloody point? Done that way too much on festivals. Yeah. Everyone. Oh, KC's calling in. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. I've had enough of this. KC, hello. How are you? Are you all right, KC?
Hello.
Hello. Are you good?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Loved the show today. Really great. Everyone loved it.
Wonderful. That's great. I just came to get abused a little bit by you. I should be working right now.
Perfect. That's perfect. Are you one of those secret closet women that you pay someone to come around your house and tie you up and whip you?
No.
Mind you, though, you wouldn't admit it, though, would you? You wouldn't sit here and go, yeah. You'd definitely say no.
I don't think I'd say no. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Oh, would you? You wouldn't say no? Hello, where are we going with this? All right, then. So you've called in to be abused by me. So we're talking. So where can we start? You were talking earlier about the bank. You used to work at the bank, did you?
I did.
And that's how it works, right? All these fees go for everybody.
It is. And there's only like 250 something partner banks. So everything has to get routed. You know, like sometimes that might be through one intermediary bank. Sometimes it might be 5. And they all have their own fees. And they all have their own timing and internal process for confirming trades.
God.
So it takes forever.
It's ridiculous,
and
isn't
there's
it?
a million fees.
But, you know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, setting up a business and expecting to make money when you invest in the building and the staff and the wages. I mean, obviously, you know what I mean? It's common sense, you know, there's no point doing it otherwise. It'd be pointless. But there's just better ways of doing it. You know, there are many other ways. I've been using TransferWise for probably 20 years. It's not even a new thing. It's been around forever. And I send money all over the place for like nothing. Pennies, $1, nothing. Doesn't matter how much I send. It's brilliant. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, what do you have to say? Why did you call in?
I called in because nobody was calling in.
You just wanted to be nice. I tell you what.
And I was procrastinating on the work that I need to get done.
You've been saying for hours, I've got all this work you can't stop watching. You're supposed to be one of the broadcasters. You're not supposed to be addicted to the show. If you've got this time, you should be online now, broadcasting. You'd be earning money then rather than watching me.
Never stop learning, Martin.
Well, what have you learned today then? What have you learned today? I've said a lot of bad stuff today. What have you learned today, Casey? Don't just say I learned a lot.
A lot about monkeys and how bananas this channel.
It's been a good day, isn't it? It's been a good day. You've learned a lot about. It's true though. In a bull market, we had after the show this morning, just before your show actually, in between my show and your show, I had about 20 guys. I'm assuming, because that's what the names were guy names, in Discord. And 2 of them actually went on camera like you are, and we had a chat. A lot of people don't want to be on YouTube. They don't want to go to the world, right? I understand it. It's a private video, private Discord chat. And there's one guy in there, and he's going, "Oh, Martyn, I love it. He's nice, really nice guy. You might be watching now. I can't remember his name now. Anyway, really nice guy. I think he's somewhere in his 60s. And he said, since I've been following you, I've made so much money. I said, it's not because of me. The market's been going up for 3 years. A monkey could make money at the moment. The hard part is to keep it, right? And he was really happy and excited because he's only been investing through a bull market. And he just thinks, this is great. It's free money. I just buy stuff and it just goes up and it's magic. It's much better than putting it in the bank. In a bull market, a lot of people feel like that. Well, we're going to enter a bear market soon. Could be sooner than you think. Could be days away. We could already be in one. You won't even know until 2 quarters of negative GDP, whatever it is. So it's coming, and it's how you behave during a downturn is how the money is made. Because if you've made profit and you've got out and you've got all your money in cash or got your money in treasury bills, you're watching everybody go, oh my God, getting margin called, and you're just sat there smiling, waiting for it to get near the bottom. And then you go, I don't even care. It's halfway down. Let's just start buying now. This is great. That's the skill. That's the hard part. But I get really worried when over the last 2 years, a lot of people in the chat going, this is great. I'm making money. Oh, Martyn's great. He's always winning. Yeah, I am. But nearly everybody is. You know, it's not hard to make money when the market goes up, unless you're short in the market, betting on it going down. But how has your portfolio been over the last year? Are you up? You down? And what's it like for you?
My portfolio was great for a while, and it's still in decent shape. But I hadn't been down at all this whole year, and then I made some mistakes when it came to XRP and kind of a stupid coin, Binky Bunk coin that I shouldn't have been in, which I talked about earlier. I did make some money on that, but I had too many cryptos that I was invested in. And so, I mean, overall, actually, if I'm including all of my accounts, I'm up. Like, I'm up a good amount this year. But
that's cool.
If I'm just specifically looking at crypto, I made some mistakes with XRP. I didn't sell when I should have, and my average was too high.
Yeah.
So,
but it's very easy to beat yourself up after the event, though. You know, I should have sold because if it kept on going, you wouldn't have been saying that. If it had stayed where it was, you wouldn't have been saying that. But if we sat here tonight and XRP suddenly drops 50%, and let me tell you, folks, it can. Nothing to stop it. 100% XRP could drop 50% tonight. Any crypto can. Suddenly, I've gone from 10 grand up. Oh, sorry, I'm flat at the moment. 10 grand, I lose 5 grand. Right? You've got to remember that, folks. It can happen. And when we get to a bear market, these things will happen. And crypto can drop 80%. What worries me with crypto, and I think nearly everyone investing in crypto gets it wrong, is you don't need 100 coins. Because if you've got 100 coins, that's 100 projects, 100 managers, 100 CEOs. How the hell do you know what they're doing? You've got no idea. Now, one particular coin, which will remain nameless for all kinds of reasons I can't go into, one coin we used to talk about a lot, and then we stopped. That's all I'm going to say. Bad stuff going on. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? You don't know the people behind these things. And when you find out what's going on, hello, I want nothing to do with this. So you've got to be really careful, because anyone can set one up. We've had CEOs of publicly traded companies do bad things. Dave Mitchery's gone bankrupt 6 times with public companies. Does it on purpose to make money and get out. And awful. These aren't nice people. These are people sat at home in their offices deciding one day, let's make some money. What could we do? There was, what was that like trucking company with all the, what was the name of that? When they had hydrogen power cells. The guy went to prison for fraud in the company, and it was a right flipping mess. Because something appears on your phone in nice flashing lights with Robin Hood, you think, oh, this is great. You don't know who it is. This could be a scam artist. Anyone can be a CEO of their company. You don't take a responsibility test and a decent human test. You just fill out some forms, put some money in, and there you go. You're a publicly traded company. And So you got to remember, be careful. So why do you need 1,000 coins? If you like crypto, if you think there's a future in crypto, what is it you like? Is it you like the digital capital? Then Bitcoin. Is it payment rails? XRP. Is it what the contracts sit on? Ethereum. You've covered it all. Those 3 coins, you've covered all the reasons you buy crypto. The other coins, Binky Bonk and Fartcoin, have got nothing to do with the principles of crypto. They are just ways that we can trade rubbish online. That's it. We can't trade playing cards like we used to when we was at school. We'd swap cards, and milk bottle tops and stamp collections. We want something digital on our phone, which we can trade instantly. So crypto coins get created. They're not coins. There's no money anywhere. There's no physical thing. There's no project, probably. It's probably just some guy who's just writ some code and posted it somewhere. There's no one behind it. A couple of people sat at home just having a laugh, right? We've seen this happen loads of times, creating a thing for a joke, but you're able to put money on it. That's insane. You're putting money on something that have no value whatsoever, and the only reason you do it is because you've seen it go up 1,000,000%, and you think, oh, if I buy the right coin at the right time, I can make 1,000,000%. Sounds great, right? But that, if you went into a casino, which the house wins because they got a nice big Caesar's Palace with fountains outside, so they must be making some money, right? So if they've got all that, and you only pick red and black, 2 choices, 50-50 chance, how the hell do you think you're going to get lucky when there's 1,000,000 coins? Which one's going to go up 1,000% today? How the bloody hell do you know? You don't even know who's even running it. At least you know who's running the casino. He's sat in the office upstairs. You got to knock on the door and say, hello, Mr. Caesar. And he'd come out in his toga, looking like a Roman. Anyway, the point I'm making is all of these things are a complete speculative gamble. And that's not investing at all. So if you like crypto, find what it is about crypto you like. Is it payment rails? Is it utility of what everything sits on, or digital gold? And you buy a bit of those. And then now you've got time to understand who's behind it. You've got time to read who the CEOs are, blah, 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 all the rest of it. And you can spend time. And then you'll know when it's up, when it's down, why it's up, why it's down. And now you could at least make an educated investment guess, as opposed to just, well, Fartcoin's up today, so I think it's going to go up tomorrow, so I'll buy that. Well, I think that's stupid. I wouldn't do it. Not calling you stupid, Casey. You gave it a go.
I never bought Fartcoin.
I'm glad to hear it.
Out of principle, I couldn't do it.
But you bought Binky Bonk, no?
Yeah, I did. But Binky Bonk I also did study. I looked at the community. I looked who was running it. I looked at what kind of utility they were adding to the market. So it's not total trash. It's kind of like the first.
I'm sure. I've never read it. I'm sure.
Yeah. So and the community is like a very strong community, and narrative means a lot when you're not looking at the big 3, right? And also the companies mean a lot. So when I invest, it's because I believe in whatever technology the company is putting forward now. When I jumped in the beginning with my Binky Bonk coin, I jumped in because I didn't know any better, and it was a good learning lesson for me. I haven't jumped into anything ridiculous since then, and I actually did make money on that coin. But
FOMO's a real thing, isn't it? It's a physical thing. It's a physical thing.
I've gone through every single one of those stages on the psychology of a market. I knew this ahead of time, but I hadn't really felt it in the same way as I have in the last couple of years. And I saw myself go through all of those emotions, and it took every bit of patience. Somebody in the chat earlier was talking about patience. It took every bit of patience to not panic, sell, and also to make myself sell. So for me, pushing the sell button was a whole lot harder than hitting the buy button.
Yeah, and that
is the hardest part, is knowing when to sell, because that's when FOMO comes in and you're like, oh, I might miss the top. Now I realize by not selling, so I set levels now for myself that I am forcing myself to sell out in percentages, right? So that I'm going to make profit whether I, am able to catch the top or not.
Well, there's a perfect example. All my Coca-Cola trades have been very successful, made lots of money, fantastic. When I sold, was it last night or whatever it was, it went 1% higher. Maybe I was out by $1,000. But then all of a sudden, we've gone down today. Well, if I wasn't looking or I didn't set, what limit, so I don't believe in stop losses, as you know, so I'm not going to do that. So what point would I have sold? When do I sell? What's the point? So the point is, I did get out, I did make a profit. Now I can use that extra money to buy on the way down again because it's an asset I already want. So if I bought it at 69 and sold it at 72, and now I'm buying it back at 70, it's still better. Doesn't matter, I owned it at 69, I sold it at 72. Now I bought it, that's a separate trade. You never lose by taking profit. And if you just consistently make profit, no matter how small they are, after a while, your portfolio compounds. Those dollars turn into hundreds and thousands, and now in my case, nearly 300 grand now. Now today I'm down a couple of grand. Oh, I'm down a couple of grand. But as soon as that bounces back again, in seconds, and I'm going right through 300 grand, maybe 305 in minutes, in days or minutes, whatever it might be. So it's not about I missed the top. Most people do. Everybody does, if they're honest. Who the hell knows the exact penny to get out? That's in virtually impossible, right? You'd be a wizard. But if you just get out when you've made enough and then you buy back again when it goes lower, and I think you mentioned it on the show this morning, you said it perfectly, rinse and repeat. You just rinse and repeat. Just keep doing it until the asset is now above the value that you deem as fair value. Well, I was happy buying originally a month ago Coca-Cola at 72. So we're still below 72. It went as low as like 68 or 67 or whatever it was. So as long as we're below 72, where I was happy to enter, every time I get in and out, as long as I win each time, it just keeps winning, right? But you're right, it's harder to sell than it is to buy, which is weird because when you sell, you're getting money. When you buy, you're giving it away and you may never see it again because it might go to zero, theoretically. Anything can, really. So, it's the psychology of investing is the most important thing, to manage your emotion. And I think the fact that you did buy Binky Bonk and you lost money, like I did with Virgin Galactic, I lost $40,000, is the best start. Because you learn from losing. You don't learn from winning. When I spoke to my friend this morning in Discord, who's just started, he's been in it for a year, and he just keeps winning. I had to say, look, hang on, mate. It's great. Be happy. Be really happy. But you're about to lose. Because when it starts going to a bear market and it's down, you're going to go, well, do I sell for a loss? Because you'll be down now. Do I wait? And you won't know what to do. And that's when you'll start selling for losses. And then it'll go up and you'll start chasing it. And now you'll be doing loss after loss after loss. So if I'd won at the beginning, I am very confident my portfolio would be less than half of what it is today. Because if I'd won at the beginning, I would have got really cocky. I would have started betting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then all of a sudden, woof, and I couldn't get out. I wouldn't be, I remember when I was buying Virgin Galactic, I had no interest in the S&P 500. That was boring. That was rubbish. I mean, rockets are going to go to $1 million. S&P is 10%. Who wants 10%? That's rubbish. Because at the time, I had $5,000 when I started. So if I make 10%, I'm only making $500 a year. All year to make $500? I can't do that. That's not going to make me rich, is it? But if you allow it to go a year and then 2 years and then earn your own money the old-fashioned way, like in a job, like for me, it's this. End of the year, you have $10,000, $20,000. Now 10% is actually becoming something useful. And after a while, it compounds. You can't be in a rush. So I think you did great by losing because now you're learning stuff, right?
Absolutely. And by losing, I figured out how to make my money back and break even on that. So, I mean, if I look back at the whole year, I didn't actually lose at the end of the year on that
Correct.
coin. But that loss hurt. It wasn't a ton of money, but I don't like to lose.
No,
So
it's horrible.
it hurt, but I immediately was like, what did I do wrong here? One of the things, first of all, on a serious note, one of the things I learned today, not learned, but like got to watch in action. I meant it earlier when I said you buying without catching a falling knife. That is what buying with conviction looks like. Because, you know, there are a lot of times I'm sitting there and haven't set a buy level. And so I'm just hoping it's going to go down. And watching you do that today, even though Coca-Cola has gone back down, like you said, you've already made your money and it'll go back up. So you're holding on to it. But that was a good lesson for me to watch in real time, because sometimes, you know, I'm not hitting the buy button probably when I should. Like, it was just a good example of the fact that you bought it back at a lower price than you sold it for. So it doesn't have to be the bottom as long as it's lower than what you just sold it for.
Exactly. And I'm really glad you've said this, and you've said it in the way that you say it, because, you know, we always interpret it differently. Is I know a lot of retail investors and a lot of people that watch our show get confused and they focus on the wrong things. They look at the average and they don't want to buy because their average will go up. Because they bought Coca-Cola at $50 and they go, I can't pay $70. My average is going to go up. This is terrible. Everyone on YouTube says, bring their average down, dollar cost average. And my average is going to go from 50 to 70 if I buy today. Yeah, it's okay. Very often it's okay to buy at the top of the market. Because if you buy at the top of the market, it might mean the companies are doing really, really well and they're still underpriced and they've got further to run. And even if they don't have further to run and there's no growth left in them, by the sheer fact of inflation, like we spoke about this a lot, if Coca-Cola sold the same amount of bottles of Coke and that's all they did, right? They just sell Coke. They sell 10 bottles of Coke a year. That's their business. 10 bottles of Coke. And every single year they sell 10 bottles of Coke. The company has still gone up in price because inflation's gone up by 4%. That $1 bottle of Coke is now $1.04. So the share price has probably gone up by 4% or somewhere in between because of inflation. So you can't buy Coca-Cola for what Warren Buffett bought it for. Pennies. Them days are gone. That doesn't mean to say it's bad to buy it at 72. We have valued it, and this isn't like crypto where we guess and we do this and we do the other and communities and, you know, we will it or whatever. Coca-Cola's business, its income will generate earnings per share to value the stock around $80. So if you buy it at 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, you're still making money. And we all know, and this is what kind of is how you buy with conviction, is I know in a couple of weeks from now, when Coca-Cola do their earnings, I am 99% certain, because I read the numbers, they're going to beat on earnings. Now, I could be wrong. They could surprise me. It could all fall on its arse. But I can add up. And at the moment, the numbers would suggest we're going to beat on earnings. And the earnings per share is going to go up. And the stock price will go up with it, right? So when it starts going up and people see the balance sheet and when people see the earnings report, they'll start buying it. And guess what? They'll be buying it at 75 and 76 and 77. That's what will happen. And a year from now, 80 will be the bottom. And we'll be buying it at 81 and 82. So what does it matter if I buy it at 70 or 71 today? It doesn't. I might be down for a week. I might be down for a month. It doesn't matter because I own the business that generates that income, which will then eventually filter through into the share price. It's not buying a share price. It's not buying a stock. It's buying a business. And I think the best example I've ever given of that is take my business. I earn currently, everyone knows, you can go and Google it. I can't make this stuff up. You can go and I think YouTube, buddy, it predicts what my income is. It looks at the seat. It's never accurate. It's about 10% either way, but it gives you an idea. But I earn 100 grand a year at the moment, which is great. I earned 0 2 years ago. So my business is worth 100 grand because it earns 100 grand this year. People value businesses of a year, 2 years. So you could say my business is worth 200 grand. Take all my assets, the business, the income, the stationery, the equipment, the cash in the bank, whatever. You would say I'm worth 200 grand. So if I said to you, Casey, you can buy my business today, there's one share. I'm going to give the whole thing to you, not a million shares and keep 50%, which is how the stock market works. I'm going to give you one share, the only share. You own me. You employ me now. You pay me a wage to sit here and run your business. You pay me $200,000. It's a fair price because you know what I earn. You know my growth. You know my profit. You know I've got no debt. Can't go wrong. As long as I keep showing up, that's going to keep going that. And next year, I'll make another 100 grand. You'll get all your money back. And now you're making profit. That is an investment, right? Easy to calculate. So I say to you, one share, $200,000, and you go, thank you very much. You give me 200 grand, I give you the business, you now employ me to work here. Or I could turn around and say, there are 200,000 $1 shares. Exactly the same. It's still worth $200,000, but you've got 200,000 $1 shares. Exactly the same. Okay. So you could sell half, keep half, do what you want. But the business is still worth $200,000, right? We can agree to that. So that's what I'm doing when I buy Coca-Cola. I'm looking at the value of the business, what the business earns, so what's a fair price for the future income. That's all this is. So I can sit here and go 140 grand. Now I'm not in any, let me not kid you. I grew up in a poor family. I left home at 16. When my mum and dad died 20 years ago, I inherited zero. My mum, I had £1,500. I added some money and bought my microphone. That's all I got when my mum died. Nothing from my dad. Went bankrupt once. Lost my kids. Loads of stuff that's happened to me in my life. Right? So I know the value of money. But investors that make money take emotion out of it. If I sat here and went 140,000, that's like 5 times what I bought my house for. And you're just buying it just like that while sat in bed when you just woken up. Have you gone mental? Oh, someone just subscribed to the Clips channel. Let me just, sorry, Casey. That's pretty cool, right? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. You don't scare you. And when I first started 4 years ago, I bought $10 of Bitcoin, day one. And it went down instantly. $10 went down to $9 in about 10 minutes. I nearly had a heart attack. I felt sick. I thought, look at that. It doesn't just go up, does it? It's not a magic trick. I put $10 in on Bitcoin. It's not going to go to 1 million. And it went to 9. I went down 10% in a few hours or a day. I literally felt sick. I felt sick. I thought, oh my God. And all I lost was $1. But I felt sick. And you know why I felt sick? Is I didn't have a clue what it was. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what Bitcoin was worth. I didn't go, don't worry about that. That's $1,000 next year and it or whatever it was. I got upset. Oh, let me sort my camera out. That's better. I went out of focus then. Top tip there. If you've got a DSLR camera, just do that. It finds your face. Anyway. So I was terrified. I was like, oh my God. And that was $1. Now today, I've just spent $370,000. Is it $300,000? Whatever it is. $300,000, $350,000, some of it on margin, and I'm down. I should be having a heart attack if I fell off my chair for $1, but I'm not, because now I know what I own and I know what it's worth and I know what people are going to pay for it. Just not today. Remember, the stock market is a stock market. Now, that sounds silly. You think we just said that, but if you went to a cattle market, what is it? A load of cows in a pen, and someone goes, I'll give you $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, 12, blah, 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 blah. And they do all that auction stuff. it doesn't mean that cow is worth anything. It's what that cow is worth at that moment to those people that are prepared to pay for it at that moment in time. Some people say that, and some people do, pay me $10,000 to play in their house. And they think it's value. They think it's great. Most people would go, I'm not paying you $10,000 to sing in my house. That's ridiculous. That's too expensive. It's expensive for you. For Mark Cuban, he thought it was worth it. So value and price are not the same. Value and price are separate. And when you buy on price, you have a heart attack. You go, oh my God, I've lost $1. Am I going to lose it all? I don't know what I own. 5 minutes ago, you were the expert on Bitcoin. You know all about Bitcoin. You knew everything about it. But the moment it went down, that's because you don't know. Now the reality comes out. So now I can spend 300 grand. I was that close today to making an announcement. I will soon. I'm going to make live on the show a $1 million trade very soon, where I'm going to go into a stock with $1 million. $500,000 cash, $500,000 margin to demonstrate what it looks like, feels like. $1 million live on the show with all my trolls talking stupid. Million in, end of the day, sold, million out. $1 million day trade. And I've got no fear of it whatsoever. It's the same as doing $1. I can't give it away why I'm so confident because that will spoil it. But when I get there and I've done it, you'll all go, oh, I get it now. But I'm literally, there's no trick or con, but I'm going to demonstrate what it feels like and looks like to do a $1 million trade. And I'm going to be in the morning, out on the close, and I'm going to be up 100%. $1 million. But I can do that now because I understand what works and how it works. So it's good you lost. It's good you lost, and now you understand it a bit more. You'll keep learning. We all keep learning. But when you realize what value truly is, you don't even care what the price is, because the price isn't important. Why do I care if it's $70 or $71 or $72 if it's going to 80? When it gets to 80, will I sit here and go, well, I paid 71. Oh, I wanted it for 69. Oh. You're going to go, well, you just made like 100 grand on $500,000. Who the hell cares? It doesn't matter, does it? What's your thoughts?
Sorry, I had myself on mute because my dogs are barking in the other room.
That's all right. That's real life. What's your thoughts to all that?
I mean, it's smart, and that's how we all learn, right? That's the one you do. What you do well on this channel is show us everything, and show us what you've learned in the past, and I think everybody's lost at some point. But I've heard you say before, you learn from your losses. That's what I've always thought. And also, the other thing I think is when you're buying a business, it is important to know what you own. It's important if you're buying a small business from people. I've had 5 small businesses over the last 20 years, and buying and selling businesses, it's the same thing. You have to know what the value of what you own is. And if you don't know that, then you shouldn't be investing in it.
And that's the funny thing, isn't it? You just said you buy and sell businesses, right? If you said to me, Martyn, I've got something you might be interested in. I've got a business I think you'd be interested in. What would I do? The first thing I would do, I'd get on a plane. I'd fly up and see you. I'd go to the premises. I'd speak to the people that work there, the CEO. I'd go through the balance sheet. I'd see what it earns. I'd see what the customers are, see what makes it unique, see what makes it a successful business for me to own. Because when I own it, I own the people. I own the people, not physically, but I own the people because what they do benefits me or goes against me, right? I lose money if those people mess up. If the CEO suddenly decides to not show up tomorrow and nothing gets done, nothing gets produced, the factory stops producing something, I lose my money. And I would do that and I'd get in a plane tomorrow and book a flight and go to see you tomorrow to do all that, I bet I would do that for less than $20,000. 20,000. But I can sit on my phone. Thank you, Leah. But I can sit on my phone and go 300 grand. I've never even been to bloody, Georgia, and I've never been to I've never seen, the office of Coca-Cola. But yeah, I'm quite happy to do that. And that's the problem. People will go onto their apps and just buy stuff like it's just free and without any regard. Warren Buffett said it perfectly. If you could only choose one wife, you'd get it right. If you could only choose one car, one house, you'd get it right. That's why he lives in the same house for years. And if you could only choose one or two stocks, businesses to own for life, and you couldn't change your mind, you'd spend some time on it. You'd think about it, and you'd go, this business is great. Everybody who works there is great. What they produce is great. I love it. I want it. What's it worth? You'd work out a number, not what it says on the screen, not the price it says on the screen. Because remember, guys, the share price is times all the outstanding shares. That's the value of the business. That's what you're buying. So if it's $1 and there's $1 a share and there's a million, is the business worth $1 million bucks? Of course, you have to know how many shares are held at the company. There could be 50% held behind, so it's like twice as much. So you work out what the business is worth. And when you go, like me, my business is worth 200 grand, and you can buy it for 200 grand. What have you just done? You've bought for fair value, the real fair value. And guess what? You're guaranteed to make money now. You just have to sit and wait. You wouldn't just guess and go, oh, well, Martyn's great. He's going to go to 1 million subscribers. I'll pay $1 million for that. Well, you've overpaid. What you've just done is bought my future income. That's not an investor. An investor wants to buy the value today to get the future income, not buy the future income. Because when I get to the future, I've already got that. I'm where I started. That's like the people who buy Palantir. The Palantir people have paid over 1,000 times earnings. So it's virtually its entire lifetime growth they've already paid for. So what point do they make the money? Does it just keep going up forever and ever? Well, of course it won't. Every day, Alex Karp sells shares of Palantir until he'll have no shares left. He keeps selling. It's crazy. Well, obviously he is, because he doesn't have to. I mean, the company's going to employ him. It's going to pay him $1 million a year to work there. So he's always going to get money. He might as well sell all his shares, because now he's got all his shares, all his billions of dollars, and he gets a job and a wage. Can't lose, can he? That's why very often the CEOs of companies like Coca-Cola, Google, Microsoft, they own like 0.01% of the company. They don't own 30%. People think, oh, I bet Jensen Huang's got 30% of the business. No, he hasn't. He sells it along the way and then pays himself millions to work there out of your buying of the shares. That's how this whole thing's a racket. You're paying their wages. They've already sold their shares.
Absolutely. Well, and let's say I was buying your business, Martyn, and I told you, Martyn, you can set the price. Just tell me what you want, or you can set the terms. Which would you choose?
Well, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yep. It's $1 million, my business, and I get to keep my shares. I get to keep decisions. You get nothing. Yeah, never.
No, you don't get to set the price and the terms.
Oh, I see. Oh, you're asking me.
I'm asking you, would you choose to set the price or would you choose to set the terms?
The price.
Okay. So that's the opposite of how I do it. Okay. Because when you can set the terms, I could say, Martyn, I'll give you $3 million for your business.
Okay.
But the terms are, I'm going to pay you $10 a month until it's paid off, which may never happen in this lifetime. So my point of this is
I was assuming if I set the price $1 billion, you pay me straight away.
Yeah, so most people do, but that's not how it works in business.
Oh, no, it's true.
thing about paying for future value,
Yeah.
right? But if you set the terms, you're not paying for future value.
No, that's true.
You're earning profit while you're paying for that
That's
future
true.
value over time.
That was a trick question. That was a trick question.
It was a trick question. It was a trick question, but it gets you thinking, because when you're looking at businesses, that's what you have to look at. It's like paying Palantir for future earnings. You're paying them $1,000 for all their future earnings. So you're not setting the terms on that, but you're looking at something like Coca-Cola, and the terms are clear. You know that it's fair value for what it is today. And so you're willing to pay it for today's value because the chances of it going up and continuing to go up are higher.
Correct.
So
no, that's spot on. That's a great way of looking at it. Yeah. Yes. That's a trick question now. I assumed if I said $1 billion, you would pay me straight away, not go, well, I'm going to pay you $1 a week for the next 20 years. That's very clever.
That was the point. I know it was a trick question, but that's the point
sense.
is that most people think that.
Yeah.
And so that's why even when they're looking at stocks, that's why people are willing to pay for the future.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're thinking, oh, this business is going to be worth this.
Yeah.
They're not stopping and thinking of what it's worth today.
And you have no control or no power. Zero control and zero power. Once you've bought that share, I mean, even when I make jokes and I say I'm a whale in Coca-Cola, in the retail space, I'm a whale in Coca-Cola. Out of the allocation of institutions, I'm 15th down the list, having about $400,000 or $500,000 of Coca-Cola, whatever it might be. A bit less than that right now. That is true. Absolutely true. Oh, we got another guest calling in. This is great. We've got to have 2 people calling in now. Just stand by. I'll bring you in a second. Oh, hang on a minute. That's weird. How's that happened? UK investor. Okay. Okay, well, hang up. Just call me again. That was weird. It looked like Casey for some reason in the other camera. Don't know how they done that. Anyway, I lost my train of thought there. Forgot what I was just saying. Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry about that, folks.
You were talking about how I tricked you. I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right. No. UK investor, call back in. You were calling in, but for some reason, I had you as Casey. It's like we have trolls do that sometimes. They take screenshots and then they pretend to be somebody else. I've had people like pretend to be Sensei, and it's not. It's just some weird guy doing weird stuff. So yes, I'm sure you're a great guy, so please call back. I don't quite, maybe it was a glitch. I'm sure you didn't take a picture of Casey. Weird anyway. But yeah, I mean, value is what it's all about. You're always going to pay a high price for a quality business because the share price will never go to $1, because as the share price falls, like we've seen today, that's why it doesn't go straight down. It starts getting bought up. It gets bought up at different prices. People will value it and go, I'm buying that. That's what's been happening today. If we look at the share price, it goes down, blip, blip, blip. People go, I'm happy to pay that. I'm happy to pay that. But as we get lower and lower, the price gets more and more enticing. And at some point, it would all get bought up really quickly. So if everyone sold all of a sudden tonight and it went $20 in a split second, an institution would go, you're having a laugh, aren't you? I can buy Coca-Cola for $20. They'd buy the whole company and it'd go boom, straight back up again. So that's where value, the ratio between value and price comes in. At some point, it becomes too attractive to buy. You know, we all know it. We all know Coca-Cola's expensive because you're buying a quality business. It's just like buying a BMW or a Ferrari. It's not going to be cheap. It's always going to be expensive because it's nice. It's a good thing. Anyway, UK investor, please call in again. We'll wrap this up though. If anyone's got a question for Casey, Casey's been very kind to call in and give up her time. She's one of our broadcasters on the show. If you've not met the team, it's myself. I'm the big bad boss. Yep, that's me. And then there's Casey, our first female broadcaster. There's Sensei. And there's Vaz. There's 3 of us. Vaz does the EVTOL. Sensei is our chart and newsletter expert. And Casey is doing Ladies of Crypto live every Thursday. It was our second show today. Went really well. And you'll see it grow and develop over time. It's only a second show. She's still a bit nervous. It'll expand and there'll be live phone-ins just like this. Casey will have guests like this calling into her show, and you can ask her questions, and she'll be interviewing you. So you can do that next Thursday. Next Thursday, we might do that. I might call into Casey just like this and be the first person on the show. Anyway, that'd be nice. Anyway, so would anyone like to ask Casey a question? I'm sorry, I've not been looking at the chat for a while. Oh, actually, talking of that, Casey, I want to test something. We talked about this earlier. So I'm going to test something now. I've never done this before. It's going to be completely rubbish, but it doesn't matter. I'm prepared to take a risk. I want to do this. Add the chat. So Casey, this is what you'd be doing. There you go. Right, there's the screen. I've gone add a screen share, but I'm going to go into display, choose Google Chrome, choose pop out chat. There's the chat. Look at that. And then I'll drag it. Obviously, it's tiny because the way we're laid out. But now I can zip it up there like that. This isn't real, folk. This is just for fun. Obviously, it wouldn't be laid out like this. There'd be space for me to do this. But make it a bit bigger. And Casey, what you can do, can you see at the top live chat? Or to click on that, I have to go onto the actual window. Look, they are. See, actually, so you can't do that on Ecamm. You go onto the window where it is, and you can change it, live chat. And now I can scroll up and down, look, on the actual window. So I'm not doing it on Ecamm. I'm doing it on the actual window itself. So now I can see. So obviously, if you wasn't with me where you are, I'd make that the whole of the screen. I could see it. I could read off it. Because Casey wants to be able to read your comments. Well, you see, I'm just looking left at it, Casey. So I'm looking at it. So it looks like I'm reading it, which I am. And just underneath it on Ecamm, on this monitor, I've got the window where I'm scrolling up and down. And I could make that, obviously I could cover your whole face, make that really big, and I could read it off and now everyone can see it. So there you go. I was just doing that for Casey so she could see how we could do a screen share. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to practice that today. I just didn't know I could open that specific window. I was clicking on the window.
I didn't know.
Just wasn't working.
I didn't know. I talked to you. I tried it and I went, oh, there it is. And now I've done it on the show and we now know, because I didn't know if I could even control it. You can't do it on Ecamm. That's just a display. You've got to control it on the window, going up and down and whatever. But yeah, that's how you do it.
Right.
So yeah, if I was having a conversation now with my audience, I'd put it over where you are, that whole side, maybe put a line around it, maybe blend it in with the translucent. That'd be quite nice. So there you go. All right. Anyone got a question? Let's have a look for Casey. Anybody? Casey. Oh, Casey. OWJ says, Casey, why do you think, and with me, I can do this. Casey can't do this, but I can do it. Casey, why do you think Bitcoin was so hard to buy when it came out as opposed to how easy it is to buy XRP these days?
Okay, that's an easy one, sort of. I mean, there's probably a lot of reasons, but it was new technology and early adopters are far and few between, especially if they don't understand it. And even though blockchain had been around for almost not quite 2 decades at that point, that was our first digital currency, our first cryptocurrency. And I think a lot of people didn't understand it. And it's just like, think of it as a startup business. It takes a while to get the name out there. It takes a while for people to understand it. They need to see other people doing it. They need to see, and I don't think we didn't have the exchanges that we have now to buy it. There wasn't widespread adoption. So it was harder. It was harder to buy. XRP is everywhere now. You see it everywhere. People are talking about it. We have multiple exchanges that we can buy it on. I still think that it has a long way to go because I think a lot of people don't understand what's coming for XRP and Ripple Bank and being the future payment rails. I think we're still at the very early stages of adoption for it, but it is more widespread than Bitcoin was back then because you have more accessibility now.
I know that was your question to you, Casey, but do you mind if I add something to that? I think in addition to that, I think you're right what you just said. I think mainly It's the human psychology of acceptance. So we all now get on a plane and assume it's going to not crash. No one even thinks how it works, do we? We just get on it and accept it. Day one, even back in the 60s, which wasn't day one, that was several days in year terms. It was an event. People were dressing up in the 60s, putting suit and ties on, and it was like it was an event to go on a plane. It was like going to space will be. It was like, oh my God, I've got a plane ticket, like Willy Wonka golden ticket. Now anyone gets on, doesn't even care. They'll just put the cheapest ticket. They'll pay $1 and get the cheapest, rubbishest airline, and they assume it's going to not crash because it doesn't 9 times out of 10, million times, 1 out of a million, whatever. And I think that's crypto right there. When Bitcoin first came out, it was all, no one understood anything. Now, it's not that we know more, and I don't think we do necessarily. We convince ourselves we do, and we've now, I know all about it. But I wonder how many people actually know how a miner actually works. Because until you know what a miner actually does, how do you know what Bitcoin truly is? Oh, well, people say this, and Michael Saylor said that, and you're just splurring off the headlines. But until you sat there and watched it and someone explained the code and how that works and how it talks to other computers, you don't really know what it is. You're just going off, well, I heard all these things and added them all together and it sounds good. When it was like that, it was so foreign and crazy and stupid and nuts. Nobody wanted it for a cent. No one wanted to buy it. I mean, none of us here would have gone, I'll buy Bitcoin, $10 worth. You could have bought hundreds of them. It was pennies. I don't know, whatever it was. You wouldn't have done it. And what's happened is when humans accept things, people find a way to sell it. No matter what it is. If people want it, the money people, the commerce people, the business people will go, there's a need. We can fill this need. Let's create things and systems in place to sell the stuff that people now want. Like planes. We all fly planes now, right? So when people started to buy it and do it, people would say, there's money in this. And it grew and grew and more. And then it became, hang on a minute, what's this Bitcoin? All of a sudden, everyone starts buying it. Now, when it started out, at every level, people were like, they'd make price predictions. The same smart people today who go, it's $1 million, were the smart people going, $10, $10. Whoa. And like, really? $10? I can buy 1,000. How clever are you? Oh my God, it's amazing. I'm going to be a millionaire, right? They weren't that smart, were they? Because they didn't say $1 million back then. They said $10 back then $100 back then, and then $1,000 back then. And here we are at 100,000 and now we're $1 million. Now what's actually happened? What has really changed? Has crypto changed? Well, if you actually know what Bitcoin actually is, I did a video on it. It's actually from a game called Buckazoids. And in a little Atari game going back in the 90s, there was this little game. We've all played them. We've all played little online Atari games and stuff like that. And there's tokens you win in the game. And in the game is a token with the Bitcoin logo on it. And the people that worked to create it were two guys. One was called something Nakamoto and the other was called something Satoshi. There's a coincidence, isn't it, folks? Who's Satoshi Nakamoto? Just two guys sitting around writing some code. They disappeared. We don't know who they are anymore. Blah, 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 blah. That's the reality of it. Anyway, whatever. If you told those people at the time $100,000 to buy that little image on the screen, you go, what? What the hell are you talking about? It's crazy. But now we do. So what happened? Well, as the price went up, other people didn't notice. They were busy living their lives. And then they come across Bitcoin and they go, what's this? Oh, there's this asset you can buy on the stock market. Oh, well, that must be true then. Oh, there's this thing you can buy on an app on your phone. Well, Robinhood, that must be true then. You assume, you accept it now. All right? It's acceptable to pay $50,000 like that. You'd think it was cheap. Hang on a minute. You wouldn't have paid 50 pence for it 5 years ago. 50 grand, the price of your house. No problem at all. Because we've evolved and we now accept it because we see it as part of our culture. But remember how rare it really is. That's how powerful this stuff is, because not everybody in the world buys Bitcoin. only 1% of the world actually invest in the stock market, the overall stock market. So how many of that 1% do you think buy Bitcoin of the whole world? Hardly any. There's only 21 million coins. Well, there's hundreds of millions of millionaires in the world. So if tomorrow every millionaire in the world went, I'll buy a Bitcoin tomorrow, that's easy, it'd be sold out in 3 seconds. It's not that rare. It's not that amazing then, is it? But it's not. And when people say there's only 21 million, we've become accustomed and we've become familiar with saying there's only 21 million. What do you mean there's only 21 million? Imagine if I'd said there's only 21 million Mona Lisas. Because isn't it the same? It's this special thing, a magical thing for the future. There's 21 million. The Mona Lisa would be worth nothing. It's only worth what it's worth because it's the only one. So when they say there's only 21 million, when did we grow into the fact that we now accept 21 million has a limited small supply? Oh, well, because the whole world, there's 8 billion people, and if everyone bought one. Yeah, but have you ever been to India?
I have an answer to that, though. It's 21 million, but it is rare because there can never, ever be any more printed, right? So
Correct.
Right now, our government in the United States especially could dump millions, trillions, millions, billions, trillions into the economy at any time.
True.
And so
that's true.
So we have to think too about when Bitcoin came out in 2009. It was on the heels of the 2008 crash, which was horrible, and the banks were bailed out. So we were in a different economy, and people were skeptical about where they were putting their money. But I believe that Bitcoin was introduced as an alternative, a solution to the current system that we were collapsing under.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell yourself, and that's not wrong. It's not right either, because you don't know. When it first appeared in Buckazoids, a kid's game, which it did, there's no question about it. You can go and see it. You can get the Buckazoids game. It still exists, and there's these little coins on the screen with the B on it. It's no doubt. And the people that worked there was a Satoshi and a Nakamoto worked there. So, I mean, it's pretty coincidental, right? Anyway, whether you believe that or not, even though you can go and see it yourself, at some point, it transcended off the game. People traded it. One person traded it, 2 people traded it. It had a little community, people sitting around trading it. And then people went, oh, hello, hang on. This is something big now. We've got a digital tradable thing. And then it gets adopted and gives a nice badge and a nice fancy logo, and it all looks polished and lovely. And then all of a sudden, banks own it. Oh, shit, this is really amazing. So what I'm saying is, though, I'm not rubbishing it at all. What I'm doing is everything through life from the very beginning of time to now was once a big, magical, amazing, can't believe it. People, thought flying you'd go to hell because you were touching God and it was evil. And if you went in the sky, Satan would kill you with his pitchfork, And then one day people flew and came down and went, oh, that's quite good, that. Oh, now flying's okay. We're just creatures of habit. And so all I'm saying is, you're right, only 21 million. That can't make any more. But before you jump in, just consider and take yourself a step back a bit and go, okay, well, it's not just free and it's easy and it's guaranteed and I've just stumbled across the Holy Grail and I'm the only one who knows about it, and I'm really clever because I made this massive mistake when I went to Cuban's house and I was talking with all these hedge fund managers and Wall Street guys who worked the pit, and I went, I'm on YouTube. This is like the first year I'd done it. This is the year I lost 40 grand. I'm on YouTube and I've discovered Bitcoin and I've discovered Tesla and you should be doing this. And these guys are all multimillionaires just looked at me and smiled, and he's just starting out. And then I went back a couple of years later and did another gig and lost all my money, 40 grand. And now I went, oh, yeah. They said, well, you had to learn, mate. And all I'm saying is Bitcoin might be great. This might be great. That might be great. But don't get carried away, because humans evolve and we accept things and they become normal. And 5 minutes ago, the very people who were the experts didn't know a damn thing. And now they say they do. I watched Michael Saylor the other day on a video in a conference where a guy, this is about a year-old video. It's been everyone's, you may have seen it. This is the guy who's super confident about Bitcoin. Got more than anyone. His whole life's Bitcoin, right? Everything about the guy is Bitcoin, right? You know what I mean? But if he's so confident, how can he be shaken to the core just like that? And he was. This guy who's a rapper, some famous rapper, whatever. He sat on stage and he said, I met Satoshi. I know who he is. There's a video. You want to go and watch it. It's all over the social media. And Michael Saylor turned his head and he looked like he'd just seen a ghost. It was like, what? It was a bit of a stunt. He had met a guy who says he's Satoshi, whatever, but it was this big famous person who was very convincing, and there was this kind of story behind it. So there's a whole backstory. It must have been the first time Michael Saylor heard about it, though, because he nearly had a heart attack. He looked terrified. Like, don't you dare say what you think you might know. This could cost me trillions and get me shot because everybody wants to kill me, right? I've never in my life seen, it was like flipping out. That was a dramatic expression on his face. So that just tells you, you're all one day full of yourself. I know everything. And then suddenly science or the future shows you were wrong. And you look really stupid really quickly. And so when you're looking at a business or a crypto, step back from yourself a minute. Try to remember how humans evolved and how our minds evolved and what we once thought was the devil, and we'd be, you know, God would come and set fire to us if we went in the sky or whatever. Remember the old thing in England? They say, she's a witch. How do you know she's a witch? Well, set fire to her. If she's a witch, she'll survive. If she's not, oh, well, we get it wrong. We'll drown her instead. It was like, what the hell? You guarantee to kill the person. You're never going to find out whether they're a witch. The point is, we evolve and we learn stuff. And we now accept it to be acceptable to pay for a string of code which we don't understand at all. Okay, so this is your field. You talk about crypto every Thursday. You know more about it than I do. I'm sure of it. You study crypto, and every Thursday we'll tune into you to learn. But even you who studies crypto, I'd be surprised if you've gone to a mining farm and sat there with one of the miners and this is the code and this is how it speaks and this is what it... You haven't got a clue. Nobody does. I mean, I bet no one does. I remember the CEO of Google on one of our earnings calls. We covered it. They asked him, do you actually know how the AI works on Google? No. What the hell? It's learning from itself. You don't even know what it is. No. Yeah, but everyone... I was like, bloody hell. And this is where you put your money. Now, all I'm saying is I can sit here very primitively with a pencil and paper and go, I buy a can of Coke for $1. I sell it for $2. The company makes $1. It pays me 50 cents. Hooray, I am successful as an investor. Easy. And that's what I'm doing. And I have got some XRP as well, but it's $10,000 out of 300 grand right now, right? Whereas Bitcoin and anything else, a few minutes ago, it was all foreign, it was all nonsense, didn't understand a word of it, but now we do, and now we accept paying something which once upon a time we would never have dreamed of. And if we were that smart and it was that amazing, why did the people, and they were around at the time, why did they not go, it was $1 million on day one? Why did Michael Saylor on day one not buy all the Bitcoin? He could have bought the whole lot for 50 quid. I'm just joking. It would have been thousands, but you get the point. He didn't, did he? And in fact, he's still buying it now. Hang on a minute. Hasn't Michael Saylor been in it since it was 40,000 or 30,000 or 20,000? Why didn't he buy all of it back then? If it's only 21 million, why didn't you buy all of them then? Anyway.
He has the market proof now, right? Like in any business, he knows it's sellable now.
It's sellable. That's a difference between being valuable and sellable. You can sell anything. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was very good at that. I've as the world piano man, I've played in all the best piano bars in the world. And one of the most famous ones is in Amsterdam, where Sensei is. It's the most famous in Europe, actually. And I hold the record in piano bars all over the world for being the best at getting tips, like making thousands of dollars a night in tips, getting people to tip me. No one's better at it. I'm the best in the world. Literally, I'm the world piano man. And I can get people to give me $100 not to play the piano man. What value is there in that? What value is there in that? What there is in that is I was able to convince you to give me $100 to not play the piano man. Does that make me... No, that makes me a really good entertainer and a salesman, right? Everyone loved it. They thought it was great. And one day on a Carnival cruise ship, it went to $1,000. 2 Texans were competing to see who could tip me the most to not play the piano man. That's human psychology gone berserk. I'm sitting there laughing, and the more I would laugh and the more I would drink and celebrate, the more I would laugh at them, the more they thought it was funny. It was like the crowd were going nuts. They're going, you do realise the only winner here is Martyn Lucas. He's literally making $1,000 to do nothing. And you guys are competing. The point I'm making there is human psychology. The way everybody gets FOMO'd in. And it's exciting. It's fun. But there's no value. Anyway. Anybody got anything else to add? Before I let Casey go, Casey, you've been very kind. You must have been on the phone for at least an hour and a half. My God, it's very, very kind of you. Is that your real background, or is that a green screen?
No, this is my living room.
Wow, it's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely, look at that. In the wintertime, you light that fire up. I bet that's absolutely fantastic there. Look at that. All right.
It's great, except I'm in Arizona, so we don't get to use it all that much.
No, I understand that. So, any more? Did anyone? Did you see any Did you see any comments from anybody you wanted to read out before we let you go, Casey? I don't think anyone's addressing you. I want to thank Al American Breakers for the super chat. Very, very kind of you for the super chat. That really helps. Thanks. Written on top of a purple heart. Thank you. Now people are buying it again. By the way, did they get eVTOLs? I think you're talking to Vaz probably. Bart Coin. I remember the puzzle game. Yes, yeah. Buckazoids. Okay, great. I don't think anybody has a question to ask to Casey. Casey, thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this up. It's 5:30. We've been going for hours today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the show today. Everyone, tune in to Casey on Thursday, where she'll be going deep dive into all of these crypto subjects for you. She is our Ladies of Crypto show every Thursday. Casey, what's on episode 3 next week? What have you got in store for us?
We're going to start to dive into actually how to get started, where to start, how to look at security, safety.
That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what we need. I'll be tuning in. I might even call in and be a guest. And then once I've done it, because I'm going to be first, I'm the first person to call in. Once I've called in, everybody else can call in and you have a chat with Casey and have a wonderful time on her show. All right, that's it from me. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Casey. Love everybody. And that's it from me. I'm going to wrap it up. Casey, where'd you go? I ain't said goodbye yet. Come back on the bloody screen. I'll tell you when it's finished. We're just about to say goodbye together. Casey, call back in. Unbelievable. She blew up a camera. That's unprofessional, isn't it? She just hangs up. Where you gone, Casey? Come back. Come back. Where's she gone? She's probably gone, I can't be doing this. I was going to say goodbye. I was going to wrap it up properly. Is she going to call back? No? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna give everyone the link to this. We're gonna go over here. There she is. There she is. Bloody hell, Casey. What's going on here? I love it. There we go. There you go, Casey. We got to do it properly. You just hung up the bloody phone. Right.
I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit mute.
That mute, you don't need mute. You got to speak to me now, right? So what we're going to do now is going to give everyone the link to the extra channel. Here's the link, pin it to the top. Join me now on extra. I'm going to replay what you just missed, basically me and Casey's interview of all of this right now. So in case you missed it from the beginning, you can go and watch it. Let me pin it to the top, do that. Let me make sure that this is set to go there. I'm sure it is, but I always like to double check myself. Scrolling on down, scrolling. And yes, it is. So that's it. Stay where you are, Click on the link. It'll take you there. I'll see you back in the morning because tomorrow it's Friday. It's the last show of the week. That's it from me. Right, from both of us. Until next time, you've muted yourself. Unmute yourself, Casey.
I'm unmuted.
Unmuted. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves.
And each other.
And each other. Ta-ra, everybody.